Away we go, Script. I feel rusty. I haven't had like a warm-up. I do want to see, however, the live odds. That's something I'm always interested in, and it's cool that they side with the predictions. Shout out to LootBet, our betting partners. Check out the banner below and the text in chat. They're the boys. Give them a look. And AVEZ, I want to see what kind of stature they're going to come into this train. We've seen them play kind of two different statures of train. We've seen them play very aggressive train. We've seen them play timid train. And whatever they do, they typically have been on the same page. So not too much to worry about if you're an AVEZ fan. Consistency seemingly follows these guys around, if not all the time. SG.PRO cannot say the same about them, can you, Scriv?
Yeah, that's for sure, man. We just saw in the previous series from them some inconsistencies within the three maps. Shots being missed early on. Interesting for sure, but Kai is that distraction outside. Meanwhile, inside is where the bomb is going to end up. And very easily in here. A little bit strange. First fight comes through. Kylar going to win against Kiza, but not Dire. Meanwhile, the rest of the team seem to be chiming in massively. The bomb's gone down. 4 versus 2. Flank coming through from Kai. He does get dropped. However, it's time bought. It's a distraction play, right? So they're able to push forwards here with the Glocks. Find some more heads. Maybe not quite as clean as they would like, but it looks like the round's going to fall. It will indeed, as AVEZ steal that pistol away. Surviving with bare minimum of 3 as well. So money and whatnot starting to build up early. But simple stuff. Just rushing into B, distracting them on A, and pushing forwards for the frags.
Really respectable start from AVEZ. Breaking out the AKs now, of course, Scriv. The shotgun not going into ladder. It's the Deagle from Fame. He gets 2 and nearly the 3rd. Kyler is so lucky to escape. And there is the shotgun, getting the gun, dropping the bomb. How does this happen? How does Fame's Deagle do it? The shotgun through B. I can't believe it. Thank goodness that player got aim punch. That could have been troublesome for Narot. He'll grab the AK. A winnable 1v3, sure. Kai's doesn't have armor. But it would be made a bit easier with teammates. Ooh. What is that repeat?
Yeah, a little wild for sure. Nice fake plant. Okay, able to find the first. Confident in his ability here. Looking for a few more. Okay, spins around for Sinator. This becomes a lot more interesting. 5 HP, but I mean, RU Fire pretty damn low as well. He's got plenty of time to play with. Can't land the shots. RU Fire falls down. It is so crazy right now. The intensity steps up massively as Narot will eventually go for the plant. Trying to just calm things down for a second. Goes for the wide swing and finds the 4K. Beautiful stuff from him to clutch it out. Definitely shouldn't have been required. But when he is needed, he steps up in a huge way. I don't know what this was. I really don't know what this was. Why are we doing that? That only works if there's no one there. It's like a bit silly. It is a bit silly.
Yeah, I guess they thought they just had the timing, and at max it's a, like a 5-7 or CZ there, and they traded out, but yeah. And now, back in the double scout of Famas, some MP9s. They're feeling like this is really their opportunity to break AVEZ cash. As Kai's tags up Kyler through the wall. Absolutely owned. Kyler's so nervous. Another scout tag that'll turn into a kill. RU Fire top blue, dancing around sandwich with an MP9. Kai out of ladder gets cut down, and now all of a sudden it's low HP AKs again. AVEZ, why are you walking out and just willingly getting run over? What is happening, Scriv? I'm very, very confused. And that doesn't happen often because I'm very intelligent.
I'll just let that lie. I will let that lie.
Come on, let me have it. Let me
look into the 1v4 instead. Low-hanging fruit was there. So remember this. I didn't take it. Dire gonna drop Marcos. He can't find anything. SG.PRO finally the 4 spies work out. I mean, barely a force buy into that round, but all the same. They keep the pressure on. AVEZ eventually crumble, and this is something that we were talking about in the pre-game. They really do need to be aware of this SG.PRO firepower. Give it some respect. A lot of the time, it's how SG.PRO are able to snatch games away is because their opponents don't respect them. And AVEZ very early having their confidence knocked. They'll come in with a very poor buy into this round, Keith. 2 AKs, a number of deagles, one of the players without armor at all. So, very desperate buy here from the T side, and I think immediately going to get shut down. bo3 retrieves the AK, but they've lost the man advantage. They don't have any utility. Like, what are they hoping to gain?
I am very rattled. It's just SG.PRO being very aggressive, very interface, very forward, and AVEZ are kind of just not being reactive to it, just willingness to fight and fight. Like last round, they knew there's double scout stores outside, and they continued to pressure it. Seems a little difficult. Beautiful flash from Kai's to allow RU Fire to take that fight, though. And it's just bo3 and Kyler. They're going to try to come out towards T-Con again, but this scout's going to be deadly. Like, they cannot best the scout. I mean, the headshot will land. bo3 doubles in. Hang on. 4 HP, but one more headshot is all it'll take to bring this back. But Dire is not messing about. bo3, 4 HP, 2 kills under his belt. He'll have to get as many kills as he has HP, and that's risky business.
Risky business seems to be the name of the game from AVEZ in these early rounds. Creeping out. Ooh, spot that. What?
All right.
What? bo3, that's nuts. That's insane. Suddenly doable. He playing the headshot angle around the bomb train as well. Able to just drop back to E-box. Gonna try and make his way out, but it doesn't work. He doesn't have enough time. Dire able to drop him. Comes awfully close in the end. But SG.PRO able to even the scoreline up.
Absurd from bo3. Gets the 3. SG.PRO go to 2. I have a sneaking suspicion that AVEZ may just buy again. Now, they're not going to be able to break SG.PRO's money. So that's probably a deciding factor. If they have a good read on the economy, they just won't. So yeah, it is just going to be light armor, pistols, good. Because I just because I said they might buy, doesn't mean I wanted them to. So it is just going to be a light buy with armor, some pistols, nothing much bought up around it. Thank goodness. Let this one slip, you know, trying to break their money come next couple. SG.PRO get the op out on Kai, Scriv, AVEZ. Again, goal is only 5-6 T-side, so already having 2 bodes pretty well. It's been a very messy start. And if you look at how these rounds have progressed, it could easily be 4-0 AVEZ. Just a few too many mistakes running into SG.PRO at times.
Okay, AK retrieved it. It's a shame he doesn't have the bomb in tow. Maybe he could have gone for a cheeky plant. Kylar with the wide swing. Spots out the AWP. Looking for a few more. Maybe he could have found that, you know. Of course, the aim punch not going to affect him. What is going on? What is going on? What are these guys
I don't know.
Oh my god, he almost finds the 4th. 1v2. This is doable for bo3. He's behind them. They're low HP. They don't know where he's at. He's going to find the hard one onto RU Fire, and now Keys with 12 HP might be able to get the drop on him, but maybe not. Not looking too likely. bo3 has to look the right way, and he has no idea where to look, but eventually able to close it down, and AVEZ steal another round away. What is going on in this game, guys? Oh my god. I mean, most of it's on Kylar, but still. Shouldn't be happening.
I don't know what you want me to add to that, Scriv. I hope you weren't expecting some big insight into that. Unreal. AVEZ will take that any day to grab all AKs. The op free on Marcos now. Kais will force up the op at MP9 and Deagles for his teammates. I don't know how RU Fire will best Kyler. What is going on? Again, they're just running into them, Scriv. They're just running into them and peeking. There's no nades, there's no flashes. This is a deathmatch. No comprende.
Yeah, dude, it's actually insane. Oh my god, this is so messy. So messy. Sinator able to find the final one onto Nalrot. They've got 2 AWPs now. I don't know. This is crazy. AVEZ on another half buy by the looks of things, even though maybe they could have ecoed this one out, but... What's going on here? Marcos just saving his money. Why are you doing that, mate? Just at least get head armor. You know? I can't do it anymore, man. Driving me insane. It is driving me insane, I can't lie. I really can't begin to imagine how the players feel. To be honest, like trying to predict everything, that's a collateral, not quite the double kill, but Keezer comes away with 1, setting up a second in the process. Maybe we're going to see some stability here, Keith.
I don't know what we're going to see anymore, Scriv. I'm just going to let it happen, not think about it much, and just let it unfold, because clearly whatever I think, it's not true. Even though it's founded in years of Counter-Strike, every time I think something's going to happen, the opposite does. So we'll let it unfold. Double op for SG.PRO. And it seems like AVEZ are going to set up a bit of an execute here. Senator will be covering his boy in Sandwich. Long range op support in train is very popular. Kai's looking over on top of the smoke. He'll reposition to back Z. Fame, is he going to get cleared? Yes. And he stands tall for the 1, which is good. Marcos through the smoke from Senator. We've seen it all so far this game. Wall bangs through smoke. Deagle clutches in ladder into another clutch. It's been a lot of stuff, Scriv. And thank goodness Hellcase is consistent. Malta V 15. Extra money with Malta V. 15% refill bonus, Malta V 15. Check them on the banner below. Hundreds of cases, tournament mode, and tons of giveaways. It's a site to be on, Scriv.
Definitely is, sir. Definitely is, and you sell it well. Okay. Calm down. Oh, I mean, there's speed into this round, and Marcos does say a quick thing. If he had some teammates to help him out, maybe they could have taken out Dire. Not going to be the case, though. Keys is standing strong. Quick little flick onto Bialy. And the 5th round comes in. The madness, it is over. At least for now. At least for now. The great force buy wars of August 6th come to an end. And now we will have, I believe, our first full rifle buy for both sides, which is insane. We're 9 rounds in. But what?
Whew. Senator. Oh, I thought he would have had it. Down Ivy in a 4v4 to get a risky peek. So they're getting aggressive in Ivy and in B. That's why Nalrot wasn't expecting it. You'll see a lot of pro teams take 1 part of the map instead of 2 at the same time. And Kai full blind connects the spray. These guys are playing out of their minds. Dire and Fame, that's all that remain. Decent positioning into holding on to this back of A site, right? The back hall's an old bomb. But AVEZ are taking their sweet time here, waiting for a peek. That exact one. Fame 1v3. We've already had another 1v3 from Nalrot. Will there be another? And that's bomb.
Oh, Fame on the edge of the smoke. He moves at the very last second and it blinds his vision. Kai drops him. Goes in with the 4th. Able to very quickly pull things back, and hot on the heels of SG.PRO here, who do have enough money for the buy. A pretty damn good one, to be fair. So no excuses in that department. They will look to find themselves the 6th pretty quickly and stay ahead of AVEZ. Just by a couple rounds, but still, they want to hold on to this lead. It's pretty important that they do so. If they can take this as well, they'll demolish that economy. Minute and 45. A lot of utility coming in early on. A lot of chip damage done early on as well, but no frags as yet.
Dire low. Doubling up close ladder here. Fame's going to take ladder control as soon as that molly will clear. Very low utility. No head armor. That nade will deal almost half damage to Fame. So blind. I think he even forgot he's in ladder room. That nade should do it. It actually bounces again. He's lucky to be alive. And good thing he got out of there, because that fire would have secured the push for the T's. And now they're setting up a bit of an execute. They have battered the opponents. And now it's time to finish this round, Scriv. A back green smoke to allow that deep Ivy lurk to come through. And it seems like they may or may not get those two players to come down ladder now, or maybe contact into B. I don't see how this is going to come together. Maybe this is a B fake into an A hit. That's more than likely. But they're going to have to show presence to pull another player, I believe. Are you far taking full-on bait, though?
Oh.
20 seconds.
Yeah, this is strange. Hard to follow. A bomb site. This is where they're going to end up. CTs are prepared for it. Fame particularly, as he gets a double spray down. He will be traded back, but a 4 versus 2 now coming in. The bomb has yet to be planted. 7 seconds to go. And they're trying their absolute damnedest. But Bialy, he can't defend that. There's no way. A broken spray down from RU Fire in the end. He does actually manage to get the bomb plant somehow. But SG.PRO will manage the defuse. I guess that's the one silver lining for AVEZ. But at the end of the day, SG.PRO are starting to string some together, finding some stability, surviving the 4, which means it's great for the cash. All the good things happening on the CT side for the Russians.
What a off-pace, weird round to be nice. I like the idea from AVEZ. It's a classic, right? You throw some smokes B to cut information from the one solo B players probably playing safe, bait that rotate in, and then quickly explode onto A. But they throw the B execute, don't put any numbers or pressure into it, sit around for another 20 seconds, and then try to just one smoke walk out A. It was destined to fail. Maybe I'm being harsh, Scriv. Let me know if I am. I come off as brazen at times. But I think AVEZ will agree. That round was not good.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all. This one not looking too good either. They have found the head of Kize, and there comes the kill for Bialy. So I suppose good damage done so far. I thought it was all said and done with Dire's double spray. Getting a bit giddy on the SG.PRO. A key fight to win here. No player coming out on top of it. Kylar has got site control, though. They've dropped down. The bomb should surely be joining him soon, and he will keep the pressure on with these Deagle bullets ringing out. Finding targets, but not finding heads. Meanwhile, over on A, Sinator spots a rat. There's Kai trying to be a nuisance, trying to be a thorn in the side here. Bialy with the AK. Looking for a swing, but it's not really going to come. 45 seconds. Oh, beautiful stuff. Well played from Bialy. Catches the AWP. Kyle take down Fame. Are we back to the mad ways of the force by victories? Maybe. Dire's on 28 HP, and he's got a 1 versus 2 to come over. This is not looking too good. He has very little information to work with. He's not that close to the action either, and all these sneaky little spots you can get yourself in as they actually wrap all the way around as well. Beautiful read, but it does leave a 1 versus 1 for him to win. Now on to Bialy. AVEZ looking good to win themselves a cheeky little clutch out here. Dire with some nice flash bangs, but nothing really coming for him. Has a bit of an idea of where Bialy is at, but not 100% sold on the fact.
Oh, he sees him. Oh, Bialy's not going to give him the fair fight. Bialy's going to play for the time. No kid on Dire. Just as I say that, happens to jump up on one. He's lost track of Bialy, who will spin back around and get his, what, third K of the game. He's having a decent one. 14 for Dire, but it's not enough. 6 rounds for SG.PRO. 5 now for AVEZ. They've, quote-unquote, broken the CT money a few times, and AVEZ have had their own economy broken a couple times, and it's only 1 round that separate us. And if I told you, yeah, the CT's economy has been broken twice, the T's been broken about once, you'd go, okay, so the T should be leading, it should be no. There's been a few rounds that shouldn't have happened, but SG.PRO will not be complaining, Scriv. They will take it. Marcos posted on this deep Ivy push. They're assuming something's coming, but Senator's playing very safe. I'm not even sure if this flash will hit him. It will, but it's just right when he backs up. It worked out beautifully.
Blowing things way down here on both sides of the equation. About a minute gone and we've not seen too much action at all. Barely any utility from either side. This kind of benefits the T side though. I think it is smart of them. A, they don't quite know the extent of the buy. And B, they know that SG.PRO have got to make a move. They're the ones that need to get aggressive perhaps. Ooh. Lovely stuff from Fame, keeping control of Pop Dog pretty solidly. It does give his position away, but hopefully he's got a teammate to watch on the close angle here. Kize and RU fight up close and personal, looking good. 1-for-1 so far. The drop down comes in. Bialy can't find it, though. He tried to go for the match spray down through the edge of the smoke. They will brute force their way out onto A, and they do have the man advantage, but I mean, is it enough? It's chaotic. It could definitely swing back in favor of SG.PRO. If Senator or Dire can find themselves a cheeky couple of kills, just the one. The bomb dropped in the feet of Dire, or in the eye line, I should say, of Dire, and he lands both the flicks. Beautiful stuff. 7-5 as SG.PRO will hold on to their lead.
Whew. Dire dialing it in. That flick up onto Kai. Try to put the moves on him. Not to be. They have finally once again broken the money of AVEZ, but AVEZ have been in this exact situation before. Scrivy, remember what happened? They won the round. SG.PRO, this buy, you just have to help. You can't help but giggle. 4 MP9s and a AWP is what they get after winning a round. That, if that doesn't describe the money situation of how this game's been going, I don't know what else will. And they're starting to clean up the round, thankfully, though. So no more upsets will happen. I'm calling it now.
Would you like to change your answer?
No.
Okay. Your final answer. Don't want to phone a friend.
Maybe next half.
Okay. All right. Well, AVEZ looking to defy the odds. The two of them here. Ooh, missed AWP shot. He's able to survive just about. Naurot can't find it. Kize awfully lucky to get away with things, and Fame will drop Naurot. Now on to Kai. That's the bomb as well, by the way. So kind of gives the game away that Kai will be here shortly. Nice little jump peaks coming through from Fame. Should, in theory, seal the deal. They're not taking too many risks either. They're just playing the time, making sure he has to come towards them. Not giving him the opportunities, and there it is. He peeks into 2. He will end up falling. Keith was correct. And the 8th round for SG.PRO on the board.
Whew. All right. Didn't come without any controversy. They'll break out a couple M4s, keep a few of those MP9s in play. Just AKs for AVEZ, no op for Marcos. Honestly, I feel like he could have broken out a couple more times if they didn't give chase as many times as they did. And honestly, at times, I think winning the 4th round for them hurt them more than it helped them, if that makes sense, Scriv, because they'd lose the one after winning the 4th, so they would just never progress with a loss bonus. And I don't know if a lot of people think about that. So in theory, it's been worse for AVEZ as Kai gets a free kill. It's been worse for AVEZ winning a round with pistols and losing the next, and just losing and getting a full buy, Scriv. Let that sink in. That's kind of crazy.
Marcos coming in onto RU fire. 4v3 ensues. AVEZ, best chance they've had for a while. On the edge of the smoke, it's just about to dissipate. Could find a kill or 2, but no, they're going to find him first. And looking really good here for AVEZ. Solid man advantage. That might just seal the deal. Unless Kize can get anything done. He can't. There's too many. AVEZ bring it to 6. Keeping things close. SG.PRO in the lead, but only just. And that feels like the message of this first half for sure. Only just. Should be able to buy up, of course. I mean, they're going to, but it should be a relatively comfortable one. Not perfect, actually. Yeah, I think we've got a Deagle and even 5-7, maybe? Nah. Two Deags. SG.PRO, though, man. They've got to find this 9th round, and it's not a great buy to do so with.
A pause for discussion. SG.PRO buying again, Scriv. I don't think any of them were in double save territory. It's last round. Never mind. I'm losing my mind, Scriv.
All good, bro.
My box. Listen, to be fair, this game has made my box disappear. Which I think is pretty reasonable. Yeah. Because I've been so used to force buys, half buys, and crazy buys. Chat's going to lull at me anyway. Last round, so obviously they're buying noob caster. Yes. True. But this whole half has kind of been like this. So my mind is just melting. And Fame, unable to escape from ladder, and that's more like it from AVEZ. I'm very confused where these executes were early, when they had rifle rounds, when they had full guns, right? I wanted to see more of exactly this. Those are the Polish executes I love, right? The deep utility, the pushing forward, very quick interface with flashes. VP kind of like created that kind of gameplay on train. And it's strange we didn't get to see that till round 15, because both the first rifle rounds they lost that made us go down this crazy rabbit hole were just kind of running into them. So again, happy it finally happened.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. There's a few question marks for sure. I think maybe falling into the abyss of force buying continually. Of course, shout out to LootBet as they provide the odds there. You can see relatively unchanged, still heavily in favor of AVEZ. Of course, the banner down below. Use code Malta to get yourself 10 free spins and 100 bonus euros on your first deposit. Here we go, into the pistol. Pretty safe and conventional buy from both sides, I would say here. Although we do see 2 P250s coming out for SG.PRO and 1 flashbang, so it looks like a bit of a contact play towards B. What a classic.
Very classic. 1 pop flash. And here they go. Senator to lead the charge alongside his teammates. Marcos back lanes. Kyler gushed up. He's going to try to live and clown. Marcos now dinked himself. There is a kit on Narot plus a smoke. And AVEZ going to need to get a kill here, because they're getting pushed way back from these Glocks. Kyler gets one. 1 HP. This is getting a little weird here, Scriv. Dire, can he hang on in the open? Not the best place to be. Fame close right. I doubt they clear this. Unless he whiffs, he should get the 1. And he gets the first. No clue where it came from. Easy 2 for Fame. SG.PRO. Big pistol on the T side.
Yeah, really big when AVEZ been hot on their heels the entire way through that first half. The fact that they're now able to get away with some room to work with. I mean, I'd say that the force buys have been incredibly strong from both sides, so I'm kind of hedging my bets, as I am a bit hesitant, but should, in theory, we usually expect SG.PRO to have themselves a nice cushion of rounds to work with if they can get the conversions, but we'll see. Not all said and done just yet. Still keeping their lead, holding on to it by a thread. And they look to solidify said lead, and I think they might just be able to. Narok caught with his knife out. Never really ideal there. We still have the couple scouts in play, but that is all. Nice shot from Bialy. I think he's taking a little bit of it as well. So 3 versus 2, and definitely damage done. The bomb down in an awkward spot as well. But getting past these scouts is the easy part. Getting the frags, or I should say actually getting past these scouts, the hard part. Getting the frags is a little easier once they start missing shots and you can close the gap, which looks to be the case. Marcos tagged down, 9 HP. Not a chance. Might find this frag, but he won't. And there you have it. SG.PRO get the 10th, and fairly cleanly as well.
Back to normality. It only took another half starting, but we got there in the end, and that's all that matters. Normality is a good place to be. AVEZ will buy lightly, just some pistols. And in fact, who was that? Was that Narot? Yeah, Narot doesn't even want to play this round, Scriv. He is a wizard. He's vanished.
Where to?
Don't know. But I do have a confession to make, Scriv. While we speak of wizards, I only watched Harry Potter once from start to finish. I have never watched them all like a second time in a row. And I feel like that's pretty bad considering the cultural impact of those movies.
Yeah, I mean, I've only watched some of them once. Deathly Hallows Part 1 is a bit... I'm not the biggest, like, Harry Potter fan. But Deathly Hallows Part 1 is definitely... You know... Whatever. I think. Maybe that's controversial. Not sure. But... The third one's the best. And the third one I watched a lot, because that came out when I was young, and we got it on DVD and everything. So that one I watched a lot, and it's pretty good. You want a nice wizard show? Go watch Prisoner of Azkaban.
Is that a show?
No. It's the name of...
The movie.
Never mind.
Okay, I know who... Okay. You lost me, Scriv, along the way. Because you said show, and then I went, wait. Because to me, show means TV, but maybe to you, show means movie.
No, I definitely messed with you there.
Okay. Well, mission successful. Good job. Marcos is getting absolutely hunted. He will be chased to the nth degree. The only person who should really be hunting here from SG.PRO, though, is Fame, and he is. So no complaints. Any money he can find would be ideal. Almost gets caught off. Kai's probably a little sad about that outcome. Narot wants to really badly Zeus him, even though he gets the call that he's weak. He's very committed to that Zeus.
His best friend. Oh, no. Fame. How rude. I'd still... You know, Zeus is so wild to me. Like, going for that decision, I always feel it's a little strange because you're just wasting money. Lol. But I guess it is pretty funny if he kills someone with a Zeus. You get on stream, you know, everybody loves you. You get your moment of glory. Regardless, AVEZ going to be buying into things here, of course. They have themselves an AWP. It's somewhat of a bonus buy with 2 Galils and a Mac 10 for SG.PRO. So a good chance for AVEZ to close things up here. Train was the one that we had up in the air. SG.PRO's pick, of course. So they would be kind of needing to take this one. The next 2 maps going to look a little rough by the end of things. So we think, unless SG.PRO can continue to impress. Rifles in play for the first time, though, Keith. So maybe AVEZ can indeed start picking some up. First fight, it's won by Kylar. Second fight's coming through in just a few moments. He gets another there. Sinator has traded back Marcos, but Kylar staying alive is absolutely huge. The bullets through the smoke take him down, though. And now back into a 3-on-3 retake.
Bialy from Cloud needs to find a pick. Weapon advantage is to AVEZ. They're running out of utility. They have a smoke nade left. No kit. Big spray down from Kai to control that spray. And Sinator finds Kai. Excuse me. I messed up the words as Kai's. And Kai never knew that one would get me, but it did. And Narot looking to go up towards upper, up the ladder. Little does he know they're both towards ramp. He's hopeful that he'd find a 1v1 with a player up here. And now that he's seen no one, time is up. He's just going to try to get an exit. And he can. He'll grab that AK and live, but not exactly what AVEZ wanted. Desperately needing the round. It's not... with this round count, it's not time to be complicit with just an AK. You need a round.
Yeah, I mean, it's really surprising here. I figured into the second half, particularly going onto that CT side, the closeness, the back and forth nature. Maybe not in the same way, you know, force buy after force buy, but like I figured AVEZ would be able to close the gap, even if just slightly. But SG.PRO yet to drop a round. Looking really, really good. And we see the half buy coming in from AVEZ, so kind of checking out of this one. Maybe some damage to be done, of course, the way things have been going. that is somewhat likely if you listen to precedent. However, SG.PRO not listening to it. Two very quick. What, bro? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They're getting absolutely rinsed. Kylar, the only one left, and the force buy curse has come to an end.
Thank you. Thankfully. A clean anti-eco. Oh, it's been so long, Scriv. We forgot what it's like. But we get one in the end. Even if it's one kill, it's still considered clean. 13 for SG.PRO. Look at the money they'll have on this T side. Just look how much money. This is exactly the start AVEZ should have had, but they lost. Again, lost the first rifle. Win the force buy after. And then it destroys their money. They're constantly fighting back from that. So they lost more rounds due to winning a round. And this is exactly where AVEZ could have been. Instead, SG.PRO staring down 14. Another buy after this. If double up from AVEZ may be the answer, Scriv. It's been decent before when we've watched it, but Marcos very silent this game.
That's really true, actually. My player to watch, dude, on that AVEZ side, and he's definitely not living up to expectations. Speed from SG.PRO being employed here. That's certainly strange. Dire just charging through, maybe expecting Bialy to be blind there. Doesn't work. And AVEZ, for the first time in a long time, have themselves a solid advantage. Really good stuff.
Looking towards B, SG.PRO. Good opening kill from Bialy towards outside. And with 55 seconds remaining, Scriv, they're starting to creep and crawl towards this B site. Setting up an execute. The smoke in hand of Senator about to be. And it seems like they're going to do pop flash, then the smoke molly after. Try to catch these players off guard, and it works beautifully. No giveaways that this execute was happening because they peek on that flash. And AVEZ cannot hold on. They're going to have to play for the retake, but Kyler's able to fish one out, Scriv.
Gonna need to find this. Save as it's a key. Retake. Oh, and Keys are finding the first. Will speed trades back from the AWPer, but it's all good. Kai comes in from the side and closes things down. And there you have it. AVEZ will come through with the 8th. It is somewhat messy, not super clean. The retake certainly proves to be challenging, but the double AWP's retrieved. Should be able to scrape together a buy. Hopefully string a few together. They've got a good number of rounds to go here, Keith, before they actually break that bank. SG.PRO in a great position to shut things down before they even really begin. AVEZ need to get up to, I would say, 11 quite comfortably before they drop another round. If they drop another round, right? Of course, in their minds, they'll just go on a tear here and take the game, but you have to be realistic from the impartial bench. Well, Dire going for the speed once again. Didn't work in the previous round. Not going to work into this one either. Bialy sprays him down. The fire helping out. As Dire's aggressive plays have cost them early picks. Not only in this round, but in the previous as well. Senator, meanwhile, trying to find some heads. There's no time to talk things down as he's just pushing in. And he's in behind them. They don't even realize it. RU Fire's taken out Narot. What's happened here? They've not heard him at all. The comms must be an absolute mess. He's able to sneak in behind. Finds one. The second coming through from Fame. It is wild. Kylar's behind. He gets an easy drop onto Fame because the round's all over the place. SG.PRO trying to create a little chaos, but it backfires.
It's just nuts. It's a madhouse. They're all pulls in a what's the saying? In a coffee shop. Is that the saying, Scriv?
I don't know. I've never heard that one.
It's like a bull in a coffee shop or bull in a
China
shop.
shop.
That's it.
Because, you know, China's very valuable or whatever.
Yes. That's kind of what it was like. Just everyone was running around trying to break things. No one really had an idea what was going on until it was too late. It was just absurd. AVEZ trying to reel it in because they'll take those rounds. Against SG.PRO, have been playing typically methodical on this T side, working picks into decent round outcomes. So AVEZ will take a bit of madness when they can. And get a couple, and by a couple I mean 3 M4s, saved AK. But look at the AK go to work. It'll best the M4 in a right angle peek, so Fame had advantage. And he'll land the headshot as they'll clear the A site now. Only one on site and the other in ladder. How are they going to clear this ladder player? The site player just needs to live. So many variables, Scriv.
Yeah, SG.PRO looking to do it to him pretty quickly here on train. Another player falls. Kai and Markov's probably going to look to save, as the dream of the comeback might just be over with this round. Kai going to have to scurry on out of there. Although he realizes, hold on, maybe I can stick around. The fire's not spread. At best, he's going to make money, but the round itself is definitely gone. SG.PRO up to 14 as they confidently are strolling through this CT side, this T side, sorry, after a very close CT side. I don't know, man. This was the same on Vertigo in the previous series as well, right? They looked so good on their T side, and it continues into train of all maps. Kind of worrisome stuff for AVEZ, actually. Might just not be able to deal with the level that SG.PRO are hitting today.
Yeah, they're warm. I mean, after that Dust 2, right? I believe that was the map they just recently played. Against, who exactly was it? It was Honorous, right? Memory serves?
Yeah.
Another
that,
X.
That and Vertigo kind of
VP.
Spicy maps.
Okay. So yeah, SG.PRO warmed up, to say the least. Very aim-heavy maps. Coming into train, just kind of getting the best of AVEZ. Pistols, that's all. And they're going to try to get aggressive. These ladder players are not ready for this quick flank. Is anyone going to pick it up, Scriv?
Ooh, okay. Kylo with the falling shots. Maybe we'll have your answer. Oh, he does go down, though, before he gets his hands onto an M4 and doesn't he real damage. Marcos, meanwhile, coming in with another Bialy, following in the footsteps of his teammate, but Kiza is on top of things. Marcos gonna need an insane clutch. Not gonna happen as Fame just backstabs him, and there you go. SG.PRO gonna hit 15. It was a bit of a throwaway round. AVEZ are expecting to get themselves 6 in a row, which is certainly no easy feat. Not their pick, but we expected this one to be a bit closer. The second half has just been anything but.
SG about to pull it over the line, perhaps. They have the op, they have the AKs, they have the cash, and they have rounds to work with. So they can drop this, maybe the next, and easily still walk away with the victory. Obviously wanting to put it to bed here, looking like they're about to do a bit of a T-Con explode. Or ladder with the T-Con explode with it. Kai's gonna have to put that out to maintain control so these ladder players can come out. Flash over, Kyler E-Box. Great flashes for Fame to double in. He'll trade out his teammates beautifully. But Narod is close and he has just shut it down. It's a 1v1. Fame on 5. Bomb is down outside of ladder. And that's exactly where Marcos will creep. And Fame is playing the long game. But against an op, that could be terrifying.
All gonna come down to timing, as it so often does. Really sure where either player is here. As you can see, Marcos, yes, he's in the right position, looking the wrong way. I'm not making any noise at all, clearing all his angles, not taking any chances. About to meet. Oh, Marcos looking the right way and able to get it done. Fame tried his best, but he could not land the correct shots. He landed a couple, but not enough. AVEZ will hang on for another round. However, SG.PRO, plenty of cash. The pressure is still on.
Pressure certainly still mounting for the AVEZ boys because this buy slightly worse than what they had, isn't it, Scriv? A couple MP9s, only a couple M4s now, the one up, and Marcos. But after a clutch, she should be feeling pretty good. Keeps that up rolling. And SG.PRO looking to try to close this one out. Pick for Marcos, not gonna happen. Kais will find it.
What they needed on the SG.PRO side of things, a little bit of stability, a nice and easy opener coming in. Look to find themselves another way into the round on the AVEZ side. Somewhat of an off angle from Kylar, doesn't work though. Another frag comes through, that might be the B-bomb site falling in a 5 versus 3 scenario. They have enough manpower to employ a lurk as well. RU Fire going to come through from behind and hope to cut them off. I suppose little does he know, they're not coming in from connector. Meanwhile, Kai is on the other side of the smoke, I believe, that the push came in from. He manages to find Fame. Oh, gets taken down by RU Fire, though. Yeah, a weird exchange there. There's been a frag back from Bialy. Meanwhile, the bomb very quickly going to make its way over towards the A-bomb site, trying to get the gotcha play here, and it looks like they will. Narok going down. Bialy 1v3 to keep AVEZ in train. Not going to happen. 16 to 10 secured, as SG.PRO will walk away with their map pick fairly convincingly, especially in that second half.
Yeah, I was really impressed with how SG.PRO managed the chaos. Again, as I think we mentioned in the pregame, they're kind of the teams that manage the chaos pretty much as their normal. So it wasn't too out of the realm for their reality. And I think they played really up to their strengths, right? The individual prowess coming up. They allowed the op to work picks. And that's what makes SG.PRO kind of so scary, is what they get out of so little, because they're like just aggressive in your face, support each other very well. But if you cut that like aggression off early, they don't have a lot to fall back on. But AVEZ never really did that. So it was just SG.PRO playing into their comfort. And look at that game from Kais, 27 to 13. He really had a really good first map. But again, anytime you break a 1.80 rating, it's a good map, and he crushed it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Really, really good stuff coming in. Like I say, that second half just so very dominant. They're not able to stop them at all, really, on the AVEZ side until it hits 15, until it becomes, you know, maybe complacent play. We did see, like, Dire just charging through smokes like a madman to give them an early advantage. So, yeah, I mean, look, we kind of expected Train to be a bit closer than that. It does still hit, right? That first half does allow it to hit the double digits and everything, so it's not a complete blowout. But like you say, some really solid fundamentals, particularly their T-sides, looking good. It looked good on Vertigo. Like I mentioned earlier on in the previous series against Honoris, flawless T-side. Near flawless there on Train. So you never know. They might be able to just overwhelm on Nuke. It's certainly a hard map, but not impossible to work the T-side. And I feel AVEZ just maybe a little flat-footed initially. Hopefully they've learned their lessons. Nuke is a solid map for them, so they should indeed be able to hold it down, but I'm still kind of believing a little bit about SG.PRO. We'll see here.
Okay. Yeah, they could prove us. Well, did you predict SG.PRO? It feels like it's so long ago.
No, I think I went same as you.
Okay, so we both went AVEZ. So they could just do the complete opposite. They're looking really good. A short break, and we'll come back. And as I mentioned a long time ago, if anyone remembers this reference, we're getting nuclear. So hang on. Welcome back. Told you guys it'd be a short break. Malta Vibes, of course, brought to you by Gaming Malta, the home of gaming excellence. Scriv, it is time for map 2. And may I just set this up by saying the next 2 maps are not good ones for SG.PRO. No, I would say 2 of their worst maps made it into this best of 3. It's Overpass and Nuke. Nuke first, Overpass second. Oh, not the best for SG.PRO in my opinion.
Yeah, I think one of their shortfalls as a squad is definitely the depth of their map pool, for sure. And I think they would be the first to admit that. They have a lot of this firepower that we talk about. Really impressive side in that sense. But ultimately, map's definitely letting them down, not only in the series, but just in general. And it does from time to time come back to bite them in the backside, as they say. So, yeah, I think they're certainly going to be feeling the burn. But a pretty damn good performance on that T side, right? I think pound for pound, maybe you could even argue, at least today, at least in terms of the opening of the matchup, they are the better side compared to AVEZ in terms of, once again, that firepower. AVEZ not able to get the better of it on the first map. Kind of to be expected in a sense, because SG.PRO do indeed play train to a good level, but it's just the way that second half was so incredibly one-sided up until the tail end, where SG.PRO, you could argue, getting a little complacent and struggling to close things out ever so slightly. We'll see here. We'll really see, Keith, because I don't know. I feel like AVEZ, they might just have bitten off a bit more than they could chew on that first map, and then coming into Nuke, they're going to be a lot more confident, a lot more cool, calm, and collected, not putting everything into the first map, you know?
I don't give this opportunity to anyone. Not just anyone. I'm going to give you one chance. Do you want to change your prediction?
Yo.
I've never done this. This is actually probably unprecedented. I'm probably breaking a lot of unspoken laws here. But, Scriv, with the power invested in me as the host, I'm going to give you the option to change your prediction. Never before done, so you got to make sure you're right if you go for this. Deal or no deal?
Noel Edmonds. My guy. The banker's on the phone. His name is Keith.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the deal. I'm going to take the deal. I'm going to switch.
Okay.
I'm going to switch.
So you want 2 OSG? Is that, are you doing the flip-flop like that?
I am.
Okay.
I am, just like that.
All right.
Just
this
like
is
that. I underestimated them.
unprecedented.
I underestimated them, dude. I should have gone for them initially. I'm sorry.
There we go.
And now I'm trying to repent for my sins.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. Yeah, that's unprecedented. We'll see how it plays out for you. I mean, you could look like a real genius, or unfortunately it would backfire, and then you could be going to regret this moment. I'll never let you live it down either way. So Nuke, of course, is the map. Just waiting for everyone to get in. Scriv's newfound friends of SG.PRO just waiting to get readied up and in. So what's the one factor that you think helps SG.PRO on this map? Is it how close it is, how good they are force buys, or do you think they have AVEZ rattled? Like, what's your one thing that sticks out?
So I feel like having them rattled definitely plays a part here. And just kind of those fundamentals, it seemed like they couldn't match them in the firepower department. Like I say, as a squad, they all have really, really, really good numbers, all have the ability to pop off and just play the simple CS, to be honest. And I think AVEZ in places, look, man, underestimating them, which you would hope wouldn't happen into the next map, but I feel like SG.PRO after that T side are going to have a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence, and it might just be enough to carry them over the line.
Yeah, I think the same. I believe we watched SG.PRO before on this map, and one of their confident kind of go-tos are these lobby pops and these explosions out of A, and really just their rotates are lackluster, but they know how to fight for control on the map, which is an integral part to Nuke. Whether it be CT or T side that they start on, which is about to be determined through the knife. I feel like I have some sort of comfort here. Obviously not nearly as to the level as AVEZ will. But they understand the aggression. That is part of the battle. I just hope they get information and rotate on it or rotate a bit faster for me than the last time I watched them.
SG.PRO going to win the knife round as well, Keith, so pretty important, pretty comfortable, I think it is safe to say, coming into the first half. We'll get started on the CT side. See what they can get done, whether the individuals continue to step up, continue to impress. Hold steadfastly. Technical pause to start us off, though. Gosh darn it. Just when it was getting good, dude. Here I am, changing my prediction. Spooky stuff. You know? And then technical. But
you never really know. Bet it's gonna start up at any moment. While Scriv bashes his desk in anger.
Oh.
More banging.
I was just moving my arm.
Okay.
And
do you mean the arm attached to your body, or okay? Because someone might, yeah.
And I think the clamp's just fallen off the desk. So I'm currently holding the entire boom arm with the microphone on the end. So
okay. Would you like me to cover you for a few moments?
Could I just have a moment? Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure to click your mute.
Yeah, I will.
And,
I will.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe should have done that before I tried to move the arm.
Maybe. Yeah.
And look, man, they're having technical issue for the casters. This very rarely happens. A lot of unprecedented stuff.
They did this for us.
Yeah. I'll be back.
All right. While Scriv's gone, I don't have much to talk about. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, but I do have a couple points I would like to make. I think everyone's name in the server is really cool. I think Narot is an unreal name. He reminds me of the Root. I don't know why it reminds me of Root. So there you go. That's all I got. That's all that's floating around in my head, unfortunately. I do know that SG.PRO really want to win the CT side pistol and come off to a good start on CT side, though, because it's been rough for them on Nuke if you go look at their recent results and how the maps typically played for them. As I mentioned, the rotates are hit or miss. They don't really understand the vent rotate. It just doesn't come through in times. But enough speaking of what they may or may not do, and let's actually watch. It's pistol round. I don't know if Scriv's back, but I'm going to keep on rocking. Smoking towards Mini from Narod. He's trying to cut the rotates from SG.PRO, and they will come through in the form of Senator. And hanging on to the vent rotate at the moment, and it's Kai and Narod to find the kills. Fame is going to let his presence be known towards B, but he cannot land a shot. And AVEZ, change of plans now from pressuring ramp and fighting into B to coming back up to the control that was held early in lobby. And now they're going to swarm out onto A. Dire needs help from this Heaven player. He could be in some trouble. The Heaven player swings. Fame comes through, and it's Kai alone. Attempted to come into Heaven, but shut down. SG.PRO, they're like Bane. They were born in the madness, born in the chaos, and they thrive in it. This is normally where Scriv would speak, but he's trying to figure out his boom arm.
It's me.
Amazing.
I'm back. Clamp picked up off the floor. Nothing broken. I'd be very angry if that was the case. But we're good. Is my monitor okay? I think so. Really sorry about that, gamers. Just limit testing my boom arm, I guess. And now I know the limit. Happy to be back. As I see SG.PRO on the pistol. I did vaguely hear through the headphones that I'd taken off. I'm sweating, mate. I'm absolutely sweating. Jesus. Honestly, I was like, has it snapped? Is something broken? Like the tension in it or whatever? Just bought it a few days ago. You know. But we're back. And you know, a sign of sanity is, of course, the loot bet odds. And they are in favor of AVEZ. Would you have it? Makes sense, as it is a strong map for them. Of course, the banner down below. Use code Malta, get yourself 10 free spins and 100 bonus euros on your first deposit. Act like nothing happened. That's what AVEZ are trying to do right now as they rush down the vent. Not going to work out, and the bomb getting dropped at the top end there, Keith. That is a massive, massive pickup coming in. Senator pushing forwards to find one as well. And the 5v3 straight out the gate.
This is what SG.PRO want, right? They want these fights. They're going to be aggressive on Nuke. They're going to make you hate this map and have to default consistently because they know their rotates are lacking. They know that it's hard for them across the map to get control, like in a slow-paced round, and hang on a utility and get good reads. So what do? They fight you constantly. They want you to fight them constantly. And so far, AVEZ are falling for it. Kyler has no clue where he's getting shot from. Bound to get double peeked. Bialy gets caught moving towards outside. So he now has been spotted with info. And they may have heard Kai even get into vent, or at least know about it. But bomb is on Kai's back script. That could make the difference.
Yeah, certainly. They've gotten themselves a little bit of control, a little bit of room to work with here. They'll make their way towards the lower bomb site. And even getting the bomb plant, I think, is somewhat of an achievement with the way that this round started. Suddenly the pressure is on SG.PRO to deliver. Kai playing around the reactor. Oh, Bialy finding the frag on the back end. First headshot for Kai. Maybe needs one more to seal the deal here, and he will end up falling. 2 versus 1, Bialy in control room. Low HP for Dire. Certainly doable. He hears them walking around as well. Going to look to move through the smoke at the perfect time and back in like a phantom. You can't touch him. You can't find him. Gets the spray down onto Senator, and Bialy clutches it out. A huge 4K coming in. He's happy about that. And AVEZ will steal away the first rifle round.
I wonder if Train in nuclear maps where Bialy just gets so nostalgic and he just settles into old mode. Because he just, on Train, had
Feels
his
like
moments,
home.
and on Nuke it continues. Yeah, like, he must just feel like the old days. And he's just playing with his Polish boys, really dialed in. He is so fun to watch when he's playing well. SG.PRO, though, that was their bonus round, in quotes. That means they'll get the op, the M4s, utility out now, Scriv. Lacking some kits, lacking some mollies. They used a few early. And this means AVEZ gonna hold in the default, as I said they must. And then watch them try to just group and do a simple little execute. Nothing fancy, nothing wild. They can just play together.
Yeah, easy stuff. Easy going. Not trying to force their way into the round at all. Incredibly quiet to open us up. Slow stuff from both sides. My goodness. Not wanting to take any risks at all here, Keith. But the burst will come through. Speed from Narok to once again drop down the vents, this time a little more successful. The rest of the boys should be joining in via secret. Senator down on the B-bomb site pretty quickly. Oh, and some aggression outside to try and counter this outside hit. Fane creeping around, finds one, but he runs out of ammo at the worst possible time. They will trade him out. Might not be enough to work with. We'll see. Only 30 seconds. Dire, needless death. Are you firing Senator here pretty quickly? It's obviously a very telegraphed hit. Unless they decide to spice things up. But no, they're going to keep moving towards B. 20 seconds. Senator on the edge of the door. Hits them all. Coming open to it. But Marcos with the perfect spin around. And are you fire caught in the open? Kiza will have to save. Second round for AVEZ in a row.
Yeah, it's a perfect example of how SG.PRO are going to struggle. Granted, this round they didn't have as much utility. But on these set pieces, on the AVEZ grouping and just taking control together, this is what SG.PRO are going to struggle with. Mentioned, no aggression, no turnover, no success for them. That's going to be the story that we're going to follow throughout this entire nuke match, and so far is ringing really true. Kai is going to be huge if you can save this op. They won't force around it, but it's going to be big for them in the next round if you can save it. I think you'll be able to. Never mind.
Never mind. Okay, so early on, AVEZ looking really, really good here. SG.PRO onto the half buy. Actually, no, should have been on the half buy, but they go all in. SG.PRO doing SG.PRO things. If anyone remembers that old meme. Just girly things, you know. Oh! That's an awkward nade. Doesn't do too much damage. It's all good in the end. They try and rush in quickly, but I think the thwarted nade really, you know, forced them away, that no one wanted to be near it. So they slow things way down, and it has certainly thrown a spanner in the works for AVEZ.
Well, they buy anyway, Scriv. Interesting to me. Catches me off guard, that's for sure. So maybe it'll do the same to AVEZ, but they don't have much. The outside's going to be relatively free, and I think AVEZ have a decent idea, right? Bad weaponry, even if they're just on eco with pistols, they won't be able to out-aim us and outrange us out towards outside. Fame could get caught off, peeking up like he is. He just spotted one, and he's going to set up a bit safer. He'll let his teammates know. Look for an early rotate for SG.PRO. It's kind of all they have in this round is that it rotates.
Okay, first frag comes in. And now I think the jig up. Beautiful shot from Sinator. But it's still a man advantage. Oh, he tries his best to spray his way in. Trying to stay alive here. Retrieved a Mac 10. Looking to get aggressive. Doing so much damage. Trying to bait peeks from Bialy, but it's just not coming. Sinator is giddy. He's energetic. The backstab finally comes in, and he is so screwed. Surely dead. At the very least, he's caged in. So try and push out, push forward. So that's a bit awkward. I think that's a suicide. Oh, you fire coming in from the back end brings it into a 1 versus 1 as well. What has happened here? Bialy has to clutch it out again. RU Fire looking to get the drop on him with a quick bit of happy feet, and he will. The Swag 7 destroys all.
It's just filthy. He just dances around. Makes it look so easy. Someone fell out of heaven, I think, right?
Yeah, it didn't come up on the kill feed, and I think the way the hood is like set up, you know.
So they fell out of heaven and perished. The Swag 7's looking sick in RU Fire's hands. Grabs that AK. And yeah, if I'm AVEZ, I want to take a pause too. I mean, Naron has to double save, so he's probably buying. It's a weird situation for him. And again, aggression from SG.PRO, but it got played into. AVEZ kind of pushed into them, gave them the aggression they wanted, and they just took it all the way to the bank.
Yeah, pretty much. And he earned some bank as well, to be fair. A lot of cash money being made on that Swag 7. Just an eco coming in for AVEZ. SG.PRO regaining their lead. It was looking kind of dicey with the rifles, but of course it's the questionable buy that they're able to take over the line. Easy going to find the first, looking good with that orb. They will look to close the gap, but it's fine. We've got aggression coming in from the rest of the boys. MP9s mowing them down. Kai finds there the Geezer. Hopefully that's the only one they lose here, Keith. Otherwise, you start to raise a few questions, but should be all good. We're moving into the next rifle round. SG.PRO going to need to look to find some success with said rifles. And it has been kind of hard for them, I think. Okay. Another head going down there. I'm not sure if that's the best result.
It's the M4.
Oh.
He threw it away from his teammate. Oh.
I think his teammate had the AUG, to be fair.
The AUG. Yeah, to be fair, the AUG sucks, right?
Unreasonable. Actually, it's kind of decent. A lot of people pull it out on this map.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's not decent in general.
I'm just taking my anger of my lack of skill with it out on broadcast because it can't speak for itself.
I feel like that's backwards.
What do you mean?
It's meant to be easy. Right?
What?
It's got scope. Cod gun. What is happening here?
What is happening here? For me. Dire blind sprays too. I don't know what's going on. He can't see. I can't speak. I can't use an quote-unquote easy gun in the AUG. Dire trying to find a lucky kill through the smoke. We'll hear that player drop. The second will go. It's getting a little wacky.
Being wacky since the beginning. 4v3. AVEZ creeping in. Bialy sleeping. And Dire catches him. Definitely could have found that one. I think Dire's shoulder showed a bit early. Now the 4-on-2 coming in. Keys are holding things down. Ooh, just get distracted and therefore taken out. Nicely done by the T side. Has yet to go for the bomb plant. Just playing things nice and patiently. Trying to catch another frag. Not going to happen. RU Fire almost caught, but not quite. It's all onto Kylar 1v3. Does find the first. Dire, though, in the side. Going to slow him down and take him out before he even reaches the ladder. Sad times. Dire, though, comes in with 4, and SG.PRO will get 5 because of his 4.
Did you already talk about Hellcase, Scriv?
Did last map.
Okay. Hellcase. Malta V 15. Check it out. Banner below. In chat. And back into the game, Scriv. AVEZ. Not a lot to work about. Not a bunch. Having to work and catch off one of these SG.PRO members off guard. And so far, your prediction changes look decent on the CT side. It is very much so an SG round to lose, funny enough. These are kind of the rounds that are very close. Bakai's is fighting out of this. Thought he was stuck, thought he was in trouble. But they bounce him out, they bail him out. The rest of AVEZ looking towards heaven. And Fame with an SG will make it look so easy. And Bialy will fall, so SG.PRO get to 6, Scriv. They'll have CT money to kind of like allow them to make one mistake. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, not all bad. Not all bad. Silver linings, caveats, all that good stuff. As SG.PRO starting to run away with things here, Keith. Looking really, really strong, actually. You definitely have to worry for AVEZ. Their map pick, although you would expect them to be a bit more prominent on the CT side as most teams are. I think SG.PRO turning things around in a big way. The rifle rounds early on looked good for AVEZ. Not being the case in recent memory. This one should be different in their minds. It needs to be different as SG.PRO are building up a really good cushion of rounds. And like you say, the money and whatnot is starting to dwindle ever so slightly, so you need to keep them on their toes. 1-for-1 trade coming in. Kiza, though, going to find the untraded frag onto Kai. Absolutely massive molly coming in to stop them crossing into secret for now. Apparently not quite good enough because they just go for it anyway. Marcos has found Sinator. The way it bounced, it went all the way into the stairs, so it doesn't really stop them completely. 3 versus 3. They might not expect them to be down secret this early.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. You know, it's a possibility. And now with Marcos being so late in finding keys, it makes these last 2 members of SG.PRO starved is a good word. Like starved of info, not really sure what to do. They don't really know what's happening. Marcos can continue to lurk and probably try to go down late vents because he's probably already letting his teammates know they could be down there. But SG.PRO, again, this is exactly the moment I'm talking about. Lack of info, no rotates. This is their burden on this map, and this is a perfect round to show that example.
More Fame in behind, though. Able to get the drop onto Marcos. Massive frag. Spamming the door. Keeping them at bay. There's not a lot of time to work with. And, they just about, I think, have got the plant in on time. However, Dire in from the side gets the distracted planter into the 1 versus 1. Looking to find the heads. Kylar teasing him with the shoulder peaks. The flash comes through. Kylar goes for a wide one. But neither player able to find the frag just yet. They're both trying so very hard, Keith. It is coming close. Surely someone eventually finds this. As Kylar with the wide swing, he will get it done. And that is the 3rd round for AVEZ.
AVEZ getting a little bit of luck there. If the bomb planter got caught a second earlier, right? If he peeks ramp with a split second faster, finds that player trying to plant, and that is just that. Instead, here we are. 3rd for AVEZ. AKs, Galil, Mac 10. SG.PRO, as mentioned, the money allows them to get another buy. And here comes Kyler. Very quick and towards Mini. How prepared. And he's whiffing. It's a spray down from RU Fire. And they're all just dead. No one makes it into a site. They're all iced out.
Holy hell. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. SG.PRO just straight back in there. AVEZ not able to get a solid foot in the door. You know, like you say, no one allowed in. SG.PRO lock them out, and it's harsh reality coming into this round. They have to take a pretty big eco. Take it on the chin. Maybe find a kill or 2 or 3, as they have indeed been keeping things close. SG.PRO might have all these rounds in a row, might have all these rounds in the lead, but you feel like 1 or 2 goes the way of AVEZ and they shut things down. Might just be able to break that economy easier than you think, faster than you think.
Oh, Bialy gets the kill with the deagle. It's only the first of what they hope is many. Bialy even has armor. If he wants to grab that M4, and he will. Dire up in corner. And Fame holding the wide swing. Exactly what Bialy went for. Dire has a nade. It'll actually drop straight down and hit Kyler, or hit Narod a little bit. It just misses, but it would have hit him. And Narod's got a second eagle. What's going on? The nades threw me for a loop. RU Fire's not going to let this round slip. But, hey, damage. Nearly stealing the round away. Made me nervous. Made me out of it. Full buyback with AKs. Bialy could drop an op, which I think may be the right play. Let Marcos work a pick towards outer yard, because I feel like they've been lacking that opening pick potential, especially against SG.PRO, who want you to get aggressive with the rifles. I feel like Marcos could best keys towards this outer yard.
Yeah, maybe, to be fair. He has been a little greedy on the repeaks and whatnot. Obviously, we'll see. Once again, some early utility being utilized by the T side. Forcing open the door. Making SG.PRO sweat a little. Definitely having to work for these rounds, but 5 in the lead. Their methodology is solid. The chaotic approaches from AVEZ, not really fighting too much usually, but RU Fire, you losing that fight is kind of big, to be honest with you. Like, comes pretty easy. They get yard control completely off the back of that. And now the world, their oyster. They're actually going to look to rotate around towards hell, I would think, is the end goal here. Really throwing SG.PRO for a loop. Great play from AVEZ.
They're walking. They have all the control of lockers. They look like they're going towards heaven, however. Are they going to assume this is happening? Will they have anyone in a position to stop this? They're just walking in. Dire gets traded out, and Senator did not stand a chance. Marcos waltzes in. A site just as easy as that from AVEZ. They pull out a tactical page from their book, and they make it work beautifully.
Yeah, actually really nice to watch, to be honest. Really, really cool stuff. And it's definitely what they needed. A round, kind of a gimme, as it were. Saving that in the back pocket, you know, is pretty damn good. And having it available when required is always nice, always helpful. Might just be the leg up that they need. We do have 2 players saving here for SG.PRO, of course, and they're able to get away with it, so that'll kind of facilitate a buy into the next round, I would think, Keith. Quite easily here. Tactical being taken by AVEZ. They realize the opportunity that has given them, but so far, they've not been able to get a solid foothold in this first half on their T side. And look, man, you want 5 or 6 rounds, not an awful lot. They're definitely close to getting that. But if they don't, SG.PRO are the ones in control going into half 2.
Definitely wanting to get to that 5-6 type of number. SG.PRO, nearly the entire bank invested here. I mean, you have 2 players in 0, 150, might as well call it 0. No utility, though, for Senator. Not sure why he didn't downgrade Scriv. Do you have, or get a drop by keys? I'm very lost about that.
Yeah, maybe
wanting to save for an op again,
yeah,
but like,
needs money
but
for the
still,
op.
it's not like he's been great with it.
Oh,
So No, just a weird call because utility is really important on nuke. Again, this is probably one of the reasons why it's not a good map for SG.PRO, just because they're not a utility type of using team. They'd rather fight.
Well, yeah, that is indeed true. No kills as yet, but of course early scraps in this round. Playing things nice and safe, nice and passive. Looking to find themselves an all-important opener. Minute and 5 seconds once again. Low stuff from AVEZ. Hard executes the name of the game. In time, SG.PRO have got a fair amount of utility remaining. Utility all over the shop here from the T side. It's hard for even I, with all the information available, to tell where they want to go. Outside's being kind of split. Is it going to be like a mini approach? Or a B approach? Looks like sending one player down towards B and then the rest of the squad either ramp or it's a full-on fake. Only 25 seconds left. Jesus push forwards. He's got a lot of information to work with. They're very prepared here on the A-bomb site. 20 seconds. Molly comes in. Oh, but Dere moves at the wrong time. RUFire in the hook. Manages to find one. Needed more than that, though. 4 versus 3 coming in with the keen flank over at Secret. That should be able to make all the difference. Here, Kiza, what is that flick? Bialy and Kai able to bring it back down to a 1-on-2 for the big man on the AWP. Certainly going to be hard for him. They're grouping up. Should be able to trade him out. Here they will indeed. He's not ready for Kai. And AVEZ get the 5th.
Okay, so he's going to buy the op on round 14, and they're going to force buy around it, Scriv. Not playing for the 9-6. They're playing for the 10-5. They do not want to let this one slip. I really thought Keys would just dropped a couple pistols. They would have just light bought around it. But no, they are fighting for this one. Through the molly is Keys. He catches Kyler spraying. He has a smoke to put out the fire and he'll escape. 18 HP, a nade chases him down and comes flying through. RUFire picks up the op, and he's going to have to be spicy with it because it's the only weapon remaining on the A site. He's getting pinched, and Senator is here to help. This can get so awkward.
This could be a bloodbath. Oh my goodness. A key no-scope coming in. That's going to make all the difference. Senator, if you can stay alive here, not going to be the case, though. RUFire misses the trade frag, and Bialy takes them both down. Certainly close, as it always is between these two teams. The first half seems to be slipping away. AVEZ have hit themselves that 6th. And SG.PRO have got to fend off with a very weak buy to try and find their 9th, which is a bare minimum for this CT side.
Those op shots blew my mind. I just had to do a reboot. Everything's okay. And SG.PRO not anything to really speak about into this round. Weapons meh. They actually get an AK onto Fame. He has head armor. That's gonna allow the aim punch not to be so effective. But Narot's gotten down the vent. Came right back up to try to face Fame. Again, continuing kills non-stop. The MP9's besting the AKs. Narot's making a play now. Dire could be caught off, and he is. What does Narot expect? Fame in there with an AK? Probably not. Senator about to peek into the last player remaining, and he's gotten it. SG.PRO get the 9-6 anyway. What do I know? It's just such a typical SG.PRO round to win. It so consistently happens. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah, it's true, man. It is very true. But it's a little wild. It is a little wild. I'm here for it. SG.PRO, of course, just staying one step ahead. I think they're fairly confident in themselves coming into this second half. Of course, as we'll see the hood swap over in a sec. It is baiting. I'm not going to get caught off guard this time. Normally I do. Normally I do. Not today. No, sir. No, sir. All right, cool. Into the action we go then, Keith. looking good here for SG.PRO. What? Okay, Marco's going to find the head in mid-air. Does eventually go down. The sightline's so very open. So he eventually gets clapped out. Kylar managing to find RU fire. Kai standing strong as well. The USP is doing all the damage. As Dire's left on 7. A lot of the weight was on Keys' shoulders, but he's very quickly dealt with. And Dire might get a cheeky one. Oh, he does. Okay. But traded back immediately. And there you have it. AVEZ in with the pistol, looking to close the gap as soon as damn it here on the second half.
Yeah, and you know what's coming? Probably the SG.PRO force buy. If not here, certainly they'll have AKs in the next with very little utility. Typically, this is an SG.PRO force, but since it's a map they're not so comfortable with, they want to fight to keep the lead instead of just forcing here and just kind of playing for whimsical woes. Gonna go ahead and just full save. This is what I like to see from SG.PRO. Old SG.PRO would buy here. Reserved SG.PRO who still look like old SG.PRO, save. I'm all for it. Gonna try to jump over the mini player and fight into the lockers, man. And they are just gonna get cut down. But at least they went into the round with some sort of plan, some sort of idea. Couldn't even get a kill even if they asked Bialy nicely. Thought he would have broken his legs there, but he's okay. 9-8, AKs, some utility now for SG.PRO.
Yeah, I definitely like this approach a lot more. Rather than going for the riskier buy. I am a big fan, Keith. Getting the AKs out as soon as possible is certainly the smarter play. We'll see what they're going to go for, though. Fame out quickly. Fame dealt with immediately. Clapped out. There's pretty quick. 5-on-4 comes in. Yeah, the aggression not paying off at all. Oh! Denethor. 1 HP, dude. 1 HP. Not looking good here at all, as Kylar actually manages to find 2. 4 versus 2 coming in for Kiza, and RU Fire to fight back with. Not their round, it would seem, here. And it's kind of a bonus as well from AVEZ. This is really, really good for them.
RU Fire doubles in though, Scriv. You blink and you miss it. 2 hands are gone. Bomb planted for the Heaven player now. Narok will upgrade. And he'll look to come in through lobby while Marcos with the scout through mini. No one is one-shottable with a scout, obviously barring a headshot. And Narok with the AK, full set of utility. Keys and Cena, RU Fire in second vent. Who's going to take first contact? Fire goes out, and Keys will not get cleared for. The scout of Marcos is useless, and RU Fire will swing, and SG.PRO have done it. It was a 2v5.
Wow. Wow. AVEZ going to be absolutely kicking themselves after that one, Keith. That is somewhat unacceptable. I think they know it as well. It is going to burn. It is going to hurt. They're able to buy back in, but, I mean, how do you recover from that so quickly? You've only got a few seconds to talk it over and not let it get to you. You just have to dial into this round and hope that the luck goes your way this time around. The bonus buy not working out. Definitely should have, but it doesn't. And SG.PRO, again, able to just about hold on to the lead. Definitely not going to be easy coming into round number 19, though.
Everyone's chilling. SG.PRO gonna come back and throw some smokes. And there they go. Close. Back red. And secret smoke. And I have a feeling either SG.PRO are gonna do one of two things. They're gonna walk all the way into secret. Or they're gonna wait for these smokes to fade and come back and fight. Because it's so just SG.PRO-like. They're making the mistake of spamming back. You never do that because you're going to get cut up because these CT angles are way better than your no angles. Exposed. Kai, given the first. This is where SG.PRO fall apart when they have to put together executes on the T side. They're going to try to get B control, but again, rotates her through. Bialy's in vents. No way they expect that. They think it's Kai. Naron's down ramp. Like, it's just all falling apart. And you can see why AVEZ rotates are so much more better. Still a chance for RU Fire and Die Ray script, but this round is exactly what our pregame chat was kind of like.
Yeah. Just much more comfortable, much more thought out, and even those little nuanced things, right? Like spraying through the smoke, it's SG.PRO are going to go for it because there's a chance of getting a kill. I want the kill, man. Give me the kill. But like you say, it's way hard. You need to land like a crazy headshot or get the luckiest spray down of your life. And I mean, that's so tough through smokes, isn't it? Really, really hard stuff. They will look to save those remaining 2 players. Feel like they'll force buy around this or what? RU Fire's got cash, but Deering not so much.
Yeah, I think they will. I think
Probably
one of
what
them.
the conversation's about right now.
Yeah, I think one of them are gonna bite the bullet and downgrade, if not both of them. Yeah, Kai's just rock a Deagle full util. I'm all for this, but again, they have to be quicker than that for AVEZ in these rotates. The spacing fell apart as soon as they crossed. Someone made the mistake of spraying through the smoke, which is just, in my opinion, a rookie thing to do unless you're alone or trying to sell it. There's more than one player there, and you sell it as like a fake or like a, you know, a mistake. Oops, and then you keep running. CT angle is just way favorable for that. And Marcos knows something's coming. These forward smokes, they've left a gap for the credit card man, and Marcos is cutting them down. The smokes are fading for Kai. They try to get secret, and the bomb goes down. Again, falling apart.
Oh, beautiful stuff from Kai. Holding down from the stairs. Might even get a second here. Marcos also chiming in. All onto RU Fire. 10th seems to be on the way for AVEZ here. RU Fire will get one, but traded back pretty quickly. Even the bomb plants, Keith, they're really not finding a way in here at all. RU Fire having a hell of a game, it is worth pointing out, but he doesn't have very much in the way of support. And it's starting to come back to haunt them here into the second half. 10-10, evened up. SG.PRO can't buy. AVEZ look to get an 11th.
Just M4s for AVEZ, but they're looking to take the lead. Again, SG.PRO, I like the ideas, but you can see the lack of play time on the map, right? Leaving a gap in a very typical smoke. Although they get the first pick here. The spacing is off. So hopefully they're able to bring it together, Scriv. Can they overwhelm another? Okay. Kai and Kyler, though, have it all under wraps. 2 kills from Senator is not so bad. But RU Fire is about to get laid out in a moment. As soon as he walks out here with his Glock, he'll get peeked. And let's see you next round. So 11 for AVEZ. SG.PRO, I hope they are tightening these spacings, Scriv. Doing a bit more map control early on instead of just relying on the same thing towards outer yard is what we've seen, Scriv.
Something's got to change. I would imagine it's going to come in this round. Nice early smoke coming through. It looks like they're going to go for a wider yard approach here, Keith. Kai, gotta be careful. Does manage to get one, but traded back immediately. Kai's going to fall to Bialy meanwhile, and the AWP is in here as well for Marcos. It's an absolute bloodbath outside. Bialy on top of these smokes, finding frags. Beautiful stuff. 4 on 2. And the wider approach to outside doesn't work either. So SG.PRO outside, kind of a no-go zone by the looks of things, and hopefully they learn their lesson with it.
You would hope some sort of lesson is being learned throughout these rounds. Bombs on the back of Dire, Senator. Not quite near him. I wonder how they're going to work this one out. It's always risky to send a solo player towards outside, so Senator going to take the one angle in lobby that allows him to help. That's by coming through Squeaky and looking in towards Mini. He could try to go down the vent. and allow his player to go down secret. Always an option, but he wants to work a pick. He wants to work a kill. He's narrowing it down to backside. Gets spotted, but still lands the headshot on Kyler. One more bullet's all would have taken, but it's not to be. Dire waiting. Seeing if anyone's going to over-rotate back up from AVEZ. Waiting till it's completely safe. And I think they've lost their timing. They're still walking, which makes me worried.
Nice and open on the plant. Coming in together on the CT side as well, and I feel like these are the areas in which SG.PRO think they're a little safe. Oh, Dire, though, creeping in at the perfect time, able to find the first. Here's the second, gets him as well. Timing is immaculate, and SG.PRO pull back another key round off the back of the individuals. The outside hit did not work at all, but as soon as they start to slow things down, get those catches like they do, they will pull it back to all even Stevens. Breadsticks all round, as you would say.
That's a lot of breadsticks. Not quite unlimited, but it is indeed breadsticks.
You know a place you can get unlimited breadsticks?
No.
All right, well, listen. I'll hit you up as soon as I find it.
Yeah, I need the deets because I'm going there tonight. Are you fire? Outside, unable to find the freebie in heaven. Keep in mind, 3 and 4s in play for AVEZ. I'm going to try to cut down SG.PRO while they're gaining some momentum. But a very close nuke match, which is not exactly what I expected, but kind of what Big Brain Scriv had an idea about.
Well, you said it, not me. So therefore, it doesn't look as arrogant, I guess. But who knows? I could be wrong, and my smug smile will be whacked, rather, straight off my face. And Bialy and Kai, they've got ideas coming into this one, looking to indeed deny this round away from SG.PRO. 2 very quick kills coming through, 1 traded back, but still a solid advantage. Look at this, mowing them down. And SG.PRO, once again, looks set to lose one of the easier rounds. 1v4 for Dire. Bomb not with him. Kylar's low, but other than that, nothing in his favor, really.
Yeah, nothing promising that round from SG.PRO. The weird thing is, I have a feeling they're going to force by next round. But just not a lot. They should save. Although I have a feeling they might not, but they really need to. And AVEZ starting to shape up really nicely. Simple crossfires. They're not over exaggerating it anymore. Just playing very base. SG.PRO going to take a timeout. We haven't seen an A-pop. That's simply a big thing for teams that like aggression. We just haven't seen it from SG.PRO. They haven't gone ramp once. Almost telegraphed, Scriv, that they're uncomfortable.
All to play for here on Nuke, though. It is awfully close between these two teams. A lot closer than perhaps we expected at the top of the show. SG.PRO definitely showing why, you know, the crazy switch from me kind of makes a bit of sense. Not sure if I'm a fan of this, though, Keith. They take a timeout. They go straight in with the buy. I don't know, man. I don't know. This one's really got me cringing. I ain't sure if this is it.
Wait, they bought?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out of their minds.
Yeah. But that's exactly why it's genius, okay? Trust the process.
Well, Marcos just spotted them and saw the scout. He doesn't know about the AKs yet. Maybe a rude awakening. He'll cross in towards lockers, spot one player crossing, probably assuming there's more. Deep smoke from SG.PRO. Again, they have nothing other than outside walks into secret. And every single time Kai's gotten one and not traded. What does that mean? He can stay here in towards decontamination, and his teammates can rotate for free through ramp. Again, Kai, dink, flash, run away. He is playing this to perfection.
Really good stuff coming in. Now Rot in a fantastic position on the mini ramp as well. Chimes in at the perfect time, looking for more. Catches them distracted. Not a single frag for SG.PRO so far off the back of this questionable at best buy. There it is. Sinator will manage to find one, but he's traded back, of course. 13 for AVEZ. And with the money, not even a bomb plant, right? So with the money that SG.PRO don't have, probably going to see this one go into the third map.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. They know they've been getting out-rotated towards B, and every time Kai's been able to live, yet they don't do a late lurk-down vent or get someone in vent early to cut Kai off, right? And make him have to rotate through ramp or take the Heaven player out and then jiggle numbers around and compensate for the player in vent. It just, SG.PRO are really flat, very much so out of ideas. And AVEZ can just play standard and out-rotate him. That's exactly what's happening, exactly what I spoke about. And it's finally coming into play, which is unfortunate for SG.PRO. But it's AVEZ's map pick. What do you expect?
Yeah, very true. When they're under pressure, right? AVEZ looking good. Sinator going to find the head of Kai, though. These Deagles in play. Can never write them off. Fame. Forwards, Markov's able to get the better of him. Doesn't take any damage there either, so a nice clean kill. Oh, now Rock, gotta be careful. I don't think he's going to expect them to be here, you know, and he might turn away at the worst possible moment. Kinda looking for the bait and switch, I think. Waiting for a teammate to come round that main corner. From trophy room. Gonna happen though. They're gonna have to peek in. Oh, he looks away at the wrong time, and he does indeed get traded. Lucky to get one there, honestly. 3 versus 3 coming in. Kylar ready for the hit from hell, but it's not coming. The bomb plant on B, doable. The round, maybe, but certainly still handing the advantage to AVEZ going into the retake, particularly when RU Fire shows his entire unarmored body across to Marcos.
Decent post plants. Direct in the open though. Has to win the first fight clean, and the spray is atrocious. Bialy will find the last. 14 for AVEZ. SG.PRO again. Just off the mark. And defuse, and they'll jump up to 14. SG will have money. It'll be AKs again, not for keys, but no. You can tell this is an uncomfortable map for SG.PRO, and they do not break out the op for their main opper.
Definitely wild one here, but we'll see. SG.PRO pressure is on. They look to get themselves back into proceedings towards the tail end. Easier said than done. Quick push coming out. Kylar drops down to find 2. It's an absolute mess. Fame, however, has come in with a couple. Keezer as well is chiming through, but Fame, the hero of the round, with 3. Kylar on 11 HP due to his earlier fights, and Keezer finds him through the hut wall. SG.PRO employ a bit of speed, and it pays off.
Absolutely laid out. You know, honestly, these rounds have been somewhat damaging to AVEZ's economy lately. Kyler could drop the op. I was gonna say they're gonna buy. Marcos doesn't take him up in the offer, believe it or not. Could have had light armor op. Kyler could have downplayed it, but instead, this is what they go for. Not to call out Kai, but I really would have liked to see him downgrade the FAMAS, especially a map like Nuke, and you have a scouter with no utility. Would like to just play it safe. Kai proves me wrong right away. Pushes ramp against the opening pick. Says, you know what, Keith, you know nothing. Keith Snow. And I went, okay.
Classic. Absolute classic. I wonder if they'll ever make a final series for that TV show.
I'm in talks.
Yeah, I hope so, because the fake one that leaked was terrible. Anyway, Keezer coming in. Manages to find a trade back here. Oh, nice shot from Marcos. I mean, he had the pick of the crop there. He finds the lowest HP player, I suppose. So maybe doing a bit of a favor to the T side, taking pressure off of them. 4 versus 2 as the bomb plant comes in. Nice pickup off the back of the fake. Sinator with a key frag. Keys are now going to go for the hold. Able to get away with it. Looking to dip out. Nylar at decon, but not moving. Not yet. Keyser, he wants to peek this on. He was ready for the player on the close side. Not going to happen for him. Sinator, meanwhile, 1 versus 3 required, and he's left on 19 HP after that exchange. Opens the door, goes mad, but not going to be able to find any of the frags. Definitely hard fought, but AVEZ get their 15th and look set to take us to the 3rd map.
Very much so looking over. Plenty of cash for SG.PRO, sure, but to get 3 rounds in a row, basically to overperform than what they've done on their T side already, 3 rounds in a row, with AVEZ having money to buy, doesn't bode well for me. But they finally break out the up on keys. Could be in a favorable and timely manner. Bialy spamming through, takes an op shot to the chest through the wall, still can walk it off. And good early damage from SG.PRO. Scriv, do you think they can turn it? Is this their moment?
Needs to be. Ooh, that flash is absolutely terrible. Keys is able to find it, but I think Fame had him dead to rights. Not sure if there was a perfectly timed counter flash or if the team flash just wasn't good enough. That one's much better. Marcos double spray down comes in instantly. Back into a 3-on-3. They will look to gain some control on the AVEZ side. I like this. Pushing into hut, going through to lobby. Got 1 out on the lobby roof as well. A lot of information, a lot of ground being gained by the CT side, despite it only being a 3 versus 3. I really, really do like the response here to react to SG.PRO's initial aggression.
Fame. Looking for this A player. Gonna be disappointed when he sees no one's there. Yeah, plan for heaven, but they've conceded mini. No control in towards lobby. That's gonna come back to bite them. As Kyler pre-fires a little bit. Bialy through squeaky door. They'll double up. Are you fired? Big first fight. We'll win it. Repositions around the smoke. Little ring around the rosy. Kyler spraying wildly. Are you fired? Connects. Star on a load. And dealt with. Oh man, OT could be on its way because look at that CT cash.
Ooh.
Honestly, a full save here would be brilliant from AVEZ. You buy nothing. You play for the win in round 30.
I feel like it's almost their only option.
Yeah, buying here is not the move. Because they're going to have nothing next. They're going to be barely getting anything next round. I think only 1900. But if they full save tier script, they'd have a full buy then, so... not sure how I feel.
Yeah. This is risky. As someone who doesn't take a lot of risks, I'm not a massive fan, but I mean, we've seen this game and the way in which these types of buys have paid off. And well, Marcos putting his money where his mouth is. The opening frag. Get a tag here. Yeah, he's done his work, to be honest. Like a kill and a half essentially set up. SG.PRO on the back foot immediately. Fire's just crept out of squeaky door, however, and able to trade things back. Oh, and Keyser catching Marcos, getting greedy. Might just have done enough to take them over the line. Still not said and done just yet. Kai coming through from secret stairs. Bialy over in locker room to replace his dead comrade. Will catch off Fame. His own scout. Kai is right behind them. Breathing down their necks. As he creeps in through mini, he's got himself an AK as well. Absolutely perfect. Catches Fire with nade in hand. Now a solid advantage for AVEZ to work with. Craziness coming in now. Rock pushing on through. They may well have let it slip in such a key round. Keyser, the only one left. He can't get anything done, Keith. And AVEZ with the risky force by take it over the line. SG.PRO fall flat by 3 rounds, and we will indeed be moving through to the 3rd.
Yeah, and like the third map gets any better for them. The third map's Overpass, if you forgot. I would say even a worse map for them than what we just saw in Nuke. Because again, info-heavy map, CT side aggression, sure they like, but you need to justify your rotates. It's not looking good. It seems like AVEZ have picked the last two maps beautifully. Chef's kiss. Absolutely to a T. That one was close, and SG.PRO got a bit more rounds on the CT side than I thought they would have, but it just wasn't enough on that T side. You could see the rotates constantly coming in from AVEZ. They weren't bothered at all that entire game. I don't think there was a single round AVEZ did know what was happening.
Yeah, definitely seems to be the case from them. I don't know, just so difficult for AVEZ to close things out, but you feel that the economy game and then also SG.PRO winning their SG.PRO rounds, where they're a bit mental with the Deegs, with the riskier buys. But then, I mean, AVEZ give them a taste of their own medicine in the end. So yeah, definitely a hard-fought battle, but I suppose AVEZ coming away with it in the end. It's not super decisive where we expected maybe it would have been. I guess, I went all in, changed my prediction and whatnot. We'll see going into Overpass. It's kind of a slightly better-ish map, but even then, not that good for SG.PRO. Really going to be another uphill battle.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think it's going to be maybe even a bit more difficult than what we just saw on Nuke. But only time will tell. We'll take a short break. When we come back, it's time to jump into the Overpass. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Malta Vibes, brought to you by Gaming Malta, the home of gaming excellence, as I've been telling you throughout the past few weeks, and it's continued to ring through. Which team will show us excellence on Overpass is really yet to be presented. I have a feeling it's going to be AVEZ, who really knows. And I can't wait to jump into it, Scrib. I'm very nervous, right? Because SG.PRO made it close on Nuke. Can they make it close on Overpass? Maybe. But I bet it's going to be AVEZ, just purely based on recent performances and how good they are on the map and win percentage. It all comes in nicely.
Yeah, I feel like this is definitely their best map, right? Only by 1 or 2 more victories than Nuke, but all the same, they're a little more confident with it here. A little more fluid and flexible coming into things as well, although their CT side a lot more prominent than you'd think. Meanwhile, SG.PRO not so hot. Not so hot is a nice way of putting it on their side. Yeah, I don't know. They still have a better win rate than they do on Nuke. They do seem to be performing well in the matchup itself. There is an argument to be made, though, that they are getting a bit burnt out. It's late in the day. It comes close on the previous map. They lose it against the Force Buy as well, if you remember. So certainly, I think going to be a tough time. Going to be a tough time coming into Overpass. But they've kept it close. They have kept it close, right? It just all depends. Maybe the start for them, the side start, I should say, needs to go their way and have themselves a comfortable beginning to things. Build up a nice buffer of rounds, particularly going into the T side, where I think it's going to be hard, real hard for them. Like I say, AVEZ really solid on their CT side. But yeah, competition throughout for these two teams. Really, really close stuff.
I think it's going to come down to the Battle of the Operas again. I feel like they've both been relatively quiet. They've had their moments here and there, but I don't think either of them really stepped up on Nuke in the fact that if you take away their kills, would their team still win the game? And I think the answer is still yes for the side of AVEZ. I think Keys didn't really break out the op until the last couple rounds. By them, he just couldn't find a mojo. Wasn't really working with their style. So hopefully they're able to advance and change that up.
Mm-hmm.
But both our predictions are wrong. Even your change prediction's wrong. So that means we're both shooting 0, which is kind of unlucky, Scriv. I thought you might have been able to save us. I even give you a chance.
With the crazy Hail Mary play,
Yeah.
But what can you do? What can you do? My original prediction was wrong as well. So the fact that we just come to a third is not what we expected, to be honest.
Yeah, I think SG.PRO are always if you look at their recent matches, and fact check me on this while I'm talking about it, Scriv, if you go to recent matches, I feel like in most games they hit double digits. I think this team is really good. They're kind of like even better than Force at this, where they'll lose games, but they'll make sure they at least make it close. I don't think they have a lot of quote unquote blowouts. I feel like every game is relatively close.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Very wrong?
I'd say
kinda right?
You're kind of right. Definitely
right,
the
okay.
ones that they lose seem to come a little closer, although today, right, the most recent kind of memory of being on the other sides of losses, the best of one at the very least. They got 3 rounds against Force, so, it's rough. It's definitely rough. But they bounced back pretty well. Onerous. Difficult, but they're able to take it over the line in the end. See whether they can do the same coming into Overpass. The knife round getting started. As we have said, kind of important here, particularly for SG.PRO to get off to a strong start, have that buffer of rounds to work with. Awkward coming into it because there was some team damage on the side of AVEZ, and it looks like not going to make a massive difference, but certainly made somewhat of a difference, and SG.PRO will indeed have the start choice. I would imagine that CT side.
Well, we're just ready. We're ready. We're just waiting for everyone to ready up. Bodes well, SG on CT, but you gotta expect AVEZ to come in swinging, Scriv. They're definitely not the type of team to wait back and allow their start to kind of just change. Let's take a look at the live odds. Always in AVEZ's favor on every single map that's been played in this best of 3 so far. Scriv, shout out to LoopBet. Check out below and the text command in the chat as we jump right into this pistol. Looks like a bit of a stack from SG.PRO. 4 players towards B. They've watched an AVEZ demo here or there.
Yeah, well, both kind of countering each other. AVEZ not going in super fast, looking to take some early fights. Kylar, meanwhile, looking good, coming in. Through connector. Oh, awkward fights. Awkward fights. Kylar able to come away with it. Fame fluffing it up ever so slightly, and the A-bomb site might just become vulnerable with it. They're going to look to get aggressive here. Great little flash coming in. It's floating dire is dealt with. Senator, clean headshot returned, and there is, of course, this pesky CZ raid boss, but not able to get enough done. 4 versus 2. They've weakened them up enough, and I think they'll move to go A with the bomb. Should be easy enough to clean things up here, Keith.
Yeah, easily looking like this is going to just get cleaned up. Keys, excuse me, trying to come in through jump up. Marcos is all over it. AVEZ win the pistol, buy the AKs. You know SG.PRO are going to force, because it's what they do on the CT side when they lose pistols, as what most teams will do. The scout bought up. Senator will ask for a deagle, perhaps from Keys in response. But it's going to be SG.PRO looking to steal this back. And believe it or not, Nuked wasn't really plagued with a lot of economic woes. I didn't feel like there was too many force buys. Haven't had too much of that since Train. And maybe that'll ring true on Overpass once more. But again, I said I'm not going to expect to be right in any situation today, Scriv.
Yeah, SG.PRO definitely capable coming into this one for sure. Oh, door opens. Kylar ready for it. Now Rock kind of poos himself a little bit. Kylar's got you back. Don't worry about it. First pick coming through for AVEZ. He's out on long. The rest of the players over at B. So it looks like the A-bomb site going to be that final port of call, and it is somewhat vulnerable. Playing it safe, looking to go long, utilize their slightly stronger weaponry in these types of engagements. No one here to meet them, of course, but the thought process is there. 45 seconds left thereabouts to get this bomb down. The rotation starting to come in thick and fast from the CT side. Definitely need to get a move on.
Yeah, their timing's becoming an issue here. Should be able to get up behind them right when it looks like the X2 is coming out from AVEZ. Keys with one. Good kill from Kyles allows him to go to the site. Kyler's holding the flank alongside Marcos, and they know there's at least one more. So they'll look to the site where they have found Dire, and they could even push down through into B if they want to not mess with Fame completely, or just plant on the far side of Dice, which I believe is what happened. Good luck, Fame, getting back into this. He's going to have to hit 2 wicked deagle shots. First, second, just off the mark. Bialy holds on. AVEZ jump up to 2. SG.PRO will save. And finally, we'll have a match where it's clean 3-0 start. Maybe Nuke had the same start. No, I forget. It was 2-0 and then the buy came in. So this is the first 3-0 start of this series, which is typically normal after you win pistol.
Well, I mean, they're going to go for it, though, Keith. They're going to go for it, mate. Look at this. Crazy. SG.PRO. Being SG.PRO. Senator already tanked up early. Fame as well, taking a bit of a chip. Minute and 20 left on the clock. AVEZ really playing things nice and slow and methodical, finding some early utility damage, not really rushing into things. Safe stuff. It is a bonus, I guess, with so many Mac 10s, although looking at it, of course, they kind of had to financially. Yeah, really slow starts. More damage being done, but no frags as yet. AVEZ just wind that clock down. Love to slowly but surely edge forwards rather than, like I say, forcing their way into a bomb site. Oh, great little flash coming through around the corner. Marcos able to drop RU fire. Dire Certainly good for one. Keys are also good for one. So still a 3v3. Still certainly doable here for the CTs.
Yeah, especially with Keys' positioning. He just has to live now. Marcos is behind them both. One, does he double in with the back? 10 nearly. 13 HP. And the bomb will go down at Optimus. Senator repositioning to long. Dire. Full HP MT9. And Senator gets the drop of Bialy. Kyler has to win this 1v1 and will. No, Senator was low. Last seen long. Does he expect the reposition into showers? He does. And Senator will drop. AK picked up. AVEZ get the 3-0. A risk from SG.PRO. Not will work. Oh, they're buying again. These guys are crazy.
They really are. Absolute mad lads. Not sure if I'm a fan either. As it seems to continue, I really don't know the thought process behind this, why it is something that they keep moving towards, but it's got to work eventually, right? You know, fourth time the charm? Fifth time? Surely not a fifth time. Surely not a fifth time. Okay. This is cool. I think I have seen this boost before, but not for a while. Oh, jumping the gun a little early. Trying to go for it, really trying to work it. Not going to happen for them, though. Kai actually gets a double. Will be traded back, but he's done his work for this round. Nice advantage once again for AVEZ to work with, and I think they have a lot of information in terms of the B pressure applied by SG.PRO, so the long player is going to look to push into A.
Yeah, if memory serves, the first team to go for that, I believe, was Nafly and Optic, and I might be wrong, but I feel like that was one of the first time we've seen it. I'm willing to be wrong. What a shot that is from Kyler. Shame we see that in Keys POV. Absolutely laid out on the jump spot. Now from Optimus, fame doesn't stand a chance. RU Fire's even getting cleared. They started to. Don't give them the 1v1s. And Nara will trade it. AVEZ stay flawless. SG.PRO. I mean, do you buy again? I hope not. I hope not. It's a halfie. Thank goodness.
Finally come to their senses, Keith. Again, mad lads. Absolute mad lads, for sure. But they realise that it's only going to work for so long. Or, well, rather, not work. But it's already been pretty detrimental to the rounds, to their economy, to their confidence, probably. Again, tired, making poor decisions, maybe a bit tilted after the way that the last one ended. And these economic decisions definitely feeding into that. Something that Dweg mentioned earlier as well. He was watching the best of one that they lost in decisive fashion. And he also kind of agreed that they make some questionable decisions. Particularly when they're behind. Particularly when they're going down. They will pull out these really weird force buys. Well, not weird necessarily, but like just ill-advised.
RU was in trouble. He's going to back up. AVEZ shaping up for a bit of a BX, trying to pull off if there's a B stack, trying to pull one player off of that side. 3 players are just going to stick around. There's the nostril flash. Full blind would he be if anyone's closer in Monster. No more flash over the top. They're just going to go down. They're going to brute force this. No smokes. Fires to be tossed. Someone has to worry about short at some point. But Kyler, he is just hitting some incredible shots with his AK. Looking to do some more. Senator, Deagles, Keys getting into it. Narot from behind, and he'll hang on. The spray almost out of bullets. AVEZ nearly got pinched out there. They nearly overlooked a couple positions, Scriv. But it's okay. 5-0.
All good in the end. Definitely keeping this economy modest, to be fair to them, but as yet to pick up around on the CT side. Is this the one? AWP in play, plenty of utility to go around. Certainly going to need to get this on the board, Keith. It's paramount at this point. Oh, big nade damage coming in. They're going to go for some real fast moves here on the T side of things, looking to catch them with their pants down. It's just not working out. Trades are even, however, RU Fire coming in with the untraded, but only for a second. As soon as I say that, of course, it's traded back. Flurry of frags on the B-bomb site. AVEZ come through with the speed. Really good stuff. 2 versus 2. Anybody's game, but of course, no kit available for SG.PRO.
He's going to be walking. Spotted headshot angle from Kyler. He's just going to tuck in now. Senator coming in from short. Kyler's in a awkward spot of pivoting back and forth, but he's got cover, and Kyler will swing. AVEZ are on a mission to take this. That molly just out of reach. It's an expensive molly. Did he get it? It stayed on the ground. Weird. Okay. Didn't think you did. But it's going to go 6-0 anyway. SG.PRO, with max loss, your transition rounds allow you to buy MP9s and light armor and some pistols, so that's what they'll do. But they got to win that next rifle at some point, Scriv. 6 rounds already for AVEZ. Doesn't bode so well.
Yeah, really not looking too good. Particularly coming into this, if you remember, I mentioned that they're a lot stronger on their CT side most of the time. So SG.PRO are going to have to get around on the board. Ooh, maybe not in this one, although Fame hungry for it. But certainly in the next. Oh, you fire robbed of that frag against Kai. 4 on 3 coming in. That kill really could have made a difference, but going the way of the AK. Creeping in. Yali aware of the fact that he's around. Timing going to be everything. Looks away at the wrong time. Goes for the spray down onto one. Hello? Okay, that was maybe a bit too late, but hard bait. Hard bait coming in. And it's a 2 versus 1. Could have been a linchpin play, but the other side of the map falls a bit too easily.
Going to be playing for the exits. He'll grab the smoke for extra cash. But it's always nice to carry over an AK. You can toss that over, maybe buy up the op, which he should have plenty for. Surprised he isn't backing up more. I know he wants to deal damage, but his gun will help your team. Lovely shot, actually, so he's staying crisp with the AK. You can toss that AK over to a buddy, and he'll buy up the op more than likely. 7 though already for AVEZ on this T size. Scriv, they have to be stopped. If not here, it might not happen this half.
Hellcase coming out quick this time. Malta V15, the 2 codes that you guys can use on the best case opening website out there. Give yourself a bit of extra cash and a 15% refill bonus as well. Either way, into round number 8. We've talked about how important this one is for SG.PRO. Double up setup coming into it. They need to be finding it. Quick little run boost. Love this idea. Ooh, and he gets in unseen. Well, there was really anyone watching it, to be honest with you. Will push forwards, however, and capitalizes on his quick position. Drops the first. That's also the bomb. Not sure if he caught it. However, they will be able to retrieve it now with that smoke. So no harm, no foul in the end for AVEZ. It's just an early advantage for SG.PRO to work with. One thing that they've not had, I would say, this entire game. Could be wild on that one. Definitely not in the rifle rounds.
Double up for SG.PRO could make the difference. As I mentioned, he'll buy it. And with the opening pick, so far it's proving to be the right choice. Keys will call for RU Fire to come back up because they have the man advantage. They'll just settle into their setup that they've rehearsed with Keys jumping on top of the garbage. And AVEZ, they're creeping. They're looking like they're going to throw a full-on AX. And if execute, and if they can cut off the op support and single in on this M4 on Optimus, Scriv, that could be really well done.
Ooh. Beautiful shot coming in from Kiza. Are you fire? Blinding them up. Looking easy so far. 4 on 2 for Kylar and now just Kai. Not going to happen, are you fire? Easy spray downs for him. Will get the first for SG.PRO. Nothing too flashy about it. Just AVEZ losing out on the early pickups. The double up setup, of course. The thorn in their side there. Not able to get through it at all.
Double ops really make it hard to move across the map on overpass. It forces you to default a bit more safe. Use utility to clear angles. You can't wide swing as much as you'd like. You're not allowed to peek dry anymore. You need a buddy system. All this is going to affect AVEZ very early on. And just look at this buy. Up, AK, Galil. Everyone has a different weapon, which is very rare. Do you see 5 players with 5 different guns? It doesn't happen often, does it, Script?
Oh, it's definitely true. Even in your ecos and your half buys and all that, you generally see lots of deagles. Slow start once again from AVEZ, sending the feelers out there. Nothing much presenting itself. Looking forwards though, I mean, they're clearing out Monster here, kind of for free. Grouping up, flash coming in. Senator going to be the recipient. Will they be effective on the frag? Ooh, creeping under his
so smart.
Oh no, but standing up at the wrong time. He doesn't hit the flick. However, the flash comes in at the perfect time. That is so well played. That is amazing. We'll see whether they're able to pick up the round off the back of it. Looks likely. Finding the second frag. Bomb plant coming in. Unless RU5 can do anything, but he can't. That will be the round. Just look to save here. Frustrating, but AVEZ with a genius move. Absolutely genius. And this is the perfect round to pull it out, of course.
Yeah.
Less risk. You've got all these rounds in the lead. Just go for something a little sneaky that you've got in the back pocket.
They ran into that really well, right? Because they knew the double op was in play. And as soon as they had no contact in Monster, they full committed to the idea that the op was just playing safe. Maybe the rifle was in heaven, and they were completely right. Played beautifully. What a flash from Narot. Not only to help his teammate get the kill, but then jump up and get the second. Just pure, immaculate CS. And any damage they get here is great. They're going to continue to hunt, perhaps over-hunt, and Fame peeks into the op. That's a trade they're willing to take all day. AVEZ don't necessarily want double op T-side, but they'll run it just because it's what they have, and it lets you save cash if you keep it. Bialy will grab an AK and some utility. And AVEZ look towards 9. SG.PRO dump their entire investments and savings into this one. Double op right back in themselves. Don't expect a quick round. This is going to be turtle slow.
Seems to be the way they love to approach these rounds. Well, it looks like SG.PRO actually going to ignore you, bro. They're going to go fast. They're going to look for some aggression. Senator takes an early tag. Fame, got to be careful on the other side of that smoke. His death awaits. However, death a little too slow. Fame's able to make it out. The connector control coming in. Once again, kind of easy for AVEZ. They're just walking into a lot of these places. Confident in themselves. They have so many rounds. Why not take the risks? Keep pushing their advantage. Limit testing how much they can get away with.
Testing the limits. Senator jump spawning with his op. Risky thing to do, honestly. And Fame, he's been able to find Kyler. That's the A lurk. They do not know about Narot posted on long yet. Are you far just going to stay tucked? He's actually going to get caught crossing. Look how low Fame and Senator are. They nearly got caught off. The bomb's going to head back to B. And Narot's going to try to just commit and keep as many players here as he can. Bait out as much utility. And obviously his goal is to find a kill, Scriv.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ultimate goal. Not going to happen for him, though. At the very least, he has kept them distracted. It costs them manpower, but the B-bomb site is vulnerable at least for a second. They might have missed their window. Ooh, tip of the head spotted by Senator. Smoke coming in to allow the bomb plant. Dire able to deny. No, it goes a bit too wide, bit too out there on the peak. He does eventually get it. He realizes he's aiming at the wrong spot. The craziness continues. Keys are able to take down Marcos as SG.PRO will find a second round. Not dropping a single player either. Beautiful stuff.
Defuse incoming. And SG.PRO jump up into their second round, Scriv. They need to basically win out, if not come really close to winning out this half, in my opinion, to give them a really big shot on the T side. The T side does fit their tendencies a bit more, but you know, AVEZ will break up the op and then the double op. They'll fight for control and towards water and then control itself. They know the meta of nading open door, spamming, fighting for bathrooms. SG.PRO, I don't know if they're going to be ready to handle that, Scriv. And I hope that's fair for me to say.
Yeah, I mean, it is fair. They've got a lot of proving to do at the moment. They're just kind of like fluky rounds. You don't fully believe. But we'll see. Flash is coming over the top. They are indeed looking to prove a point here, AVEZ. Quick round in towards B. Sinator finds a trade back onto Kylar. Got to be careful. They're closing him down. The molly coming in. Quick boost up meanwhile for the secondary ult. That misses its shot. Sinator so blind. Kai and now not able to push forwards. Find some key frags. Ooh, Kai getting denied by RU Fire though. Clean stuff here from the CTs to try and stay alive, but it's just not enough, B. It's just not enough. Marcos and Bialy, the only two remaining here for AVEZ, but Keys are creeping in, has to find both in pretty quick succession. Here's them stepping, going for crazy shots, not able to find it, and it is effort, but Bialy cleans him up. The ninth coming in. Weapons retrieved, half by successful. And AVEZ retaining their super strong lead here.
Back into the thick of it. SG.PRO, Scriv do not have ops, but they have the opening pick. Fame's gonna find that. And with the M4, they needed aggression, they needed the pick, and they're able to find it around 12. And it's revolving around aggression from SG, and they're not falling back this time. Look at the minimap, they're pushing along. Beautiful.
Simple stuff here. Once again from AVEZ, able to get control of middle, take down RU Fire on the stairs. A hard angle to contend with for sure. They are quaking. They are so unsure on this SG.PRO side of things. Which bomb site will it be? They are banking on the B bomb site. And honestly, I couldn't tell you. Marcos creeping forwards, looking to make the decision for AVEZ here. Manages to find the first. The double peek going to come in. He's caught rotating nades, but doesn't go down initially. Surely, he does eventually. 3 versus 3. With the A-bomb site looking to be, indeed, the destination. It is a strange one for SG.PRO to deal with. The AWP lurking doesn't make sense. However, the A-bomb site going to fall, and they will have to mount the fully fledged retake. Keezer through the smoke, gets the lineup, almost finding 2. It's all on to Kylar to pick up the pieces. Oh my goodness. 3 kills in about as many seconds. AVEZ hit double digits very early on into the second half. They also destroy the economy of the CT side.
Ooh, SG.PRO, Scriv. 10 rounds for AVEZ on the T side, the unfavored side, and they're making it look simple. Even when they don't get the opening pick, they're able to come back, claw into the rounds, and come back. Should be no surprise. We really did highlight it as them just being ahead of everyone else. And just a budget buy for SG.PRO, Scriv. Successful with these before, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case here with Narok getting the first. Keys is in a one and done. Oh, this is going to be awkward. Okay, there you go. Fame bests him. Gun upgrade and connector control. That can go a long way.
Definitely good. The one-tap potential coming in. Of course, all the damage the AK does. And like you say, connector control paramount on overpass. We'll see them pushing up long here as they try and avoid all the action as best they can. At least the vast majority of them. Narok on top of his smoke is able to get one, and I feel like getting away with that is a decent result. The A-bomb site once again not being held by SG.PRO. It's going to fall. I don't know, man. Some question marks here with the rotations. They look very uncomfortable on this CT side. And the 3 versus 3 that AVEZ can certainly still come away with, Keith.
Retake time. Kid on keys. Kai, big opening fight. That's the kid down. That may just be the initial call to back up. Although they need rounds, I would have liked Ira to commit. I mean, realistically, he's not going to win this, is he? MP9 kid's down too far to reach. Would take too long. He'll just come back and try to maybe get an AK for his troubles. Bialy's hunting on very low HP. Greed isn't the word I'd use, but over-hunting a little bit. I think the AK there has already been picked up by his teammates. They'll just break the door to make him paranoid. And no, there is actually an AK there, so he'll grab that. At least he gets that for his troubles. But AVEZ are starting to make a sprint for the finish line and nearly there.
Yeah, definitely appears that fatigue that we talk about coming into play for SG.PRO, unfortunately. As things starting to run away from them. Like you say, the double digits were hit by AVEZ really early on into the second half. It continues. They're not dropping rounds all that consistently. We see another weak buy from SG.PRO. Of course, just the half, not spending everything. 12 secured for AVEZ. And 3, it looks like the best SG.PRO can hope for. Unless they pull some of that SG.PRO magic out of their backside and find themselves another crazy round. I mean, we've seen them do it with the Swag 7 before, so I believe it was RU Fire on Nuke as well. So not completely out of the question, one would think. A lot of time wasted once again by AVEZ here. Winding the clock down, using a bit of utility, trying to send the feelers out there, catch these players off guard. Nothing really showing itself just yet. As soon as I say, Narok will chime in, finds the first frag for AVEZ. They should be able to work off of that. Kylar, got to be careful. Nate in hand, creeping in. He hears the flash bang hit the player, though, and he's looking for maybe even more than the 2 he already has. Not going to be the case. And again, they guessed the wrong bomb site on the SG.PRO side, barreling in towards B, hoping to cut off the attack. I suppose technically they will, but it's only one guy. And they go, ah, it's A again. Who'd have thunk?
This is looking like it's probably round. I don't know how they're going to be able to get by Bialy. Or Marcos, excuse me. 1, and now you have no utility with your Fame. You just have to wide swing, and Marcos will not miss. He has been like that for a while. $12 for the AVEZ boys. SG.PRO will buy double op, Scriv. It's worked once. It's gonna have to work here because they are out of options in round 15. They lose this, they lose pistol. It's a game. They win this, they need to win pistol no matter what. Either way, I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it, Scriv. It's been AVEZ through and through, but hopefully SG.PRO can kind of have the mentality of a golfer, right? You end with a good shot on the front 9, or you end your round with a good shot. You go into the next day with positivity, and hopefully feeling a bit better. So if they win on end on a win, that could bode well.
Yeah, I mean, looking likely as the Orps continue to land their shots. Could have that positivity coming into the second half for sure, sir. Just a few more to find. Kylar and Bialy have to go for it. No real option to save or whatever. And you can see the confidence still there. Kylar taking a wide swing, able to win it. Bialy, meanwhile, the only one left out towards long. Out towards short, sorry. Ooh, okay. That's a crispy little one tap. Is he going to get taken down, or will he find another? Dire! Oh my goodness. A broken spray down, but the dumpster is best friend, I guess. 1v3 now for Kylar required, and certainly not looking too good. 35 seconds. Trying to get the plant in, but it's just not looking too likely. There's a flank coming through, and yes, RU Fire able to drop him. So, SG.PRO will get the third, like you said. Maybe that's the energy, the positivity that they need going into the second half.
I hope so. I hope it allows them to start to string some rounds together. Kyler, Kai having a decent game. Marcotte, of course, got to mention him. He's only 1 kill behind. And let's take a look at those live odds. Have they changed? And have they ever? I shouldn't be as surprised as I am, Scriv, but that is about right. Shout out to LootBet. Check out the banner below and the command in chat. Give them a good look over, because they are speaking truth right now with these live odds.
Ooh. Loving this little boost up coming through from SG.PRO. Beautiful stuff. They have had a trade frag come back in. That's actually the play with the bomb that AVEZ are able to find. So going to slow them down. It's a nice little idea to open up, but unfortunately doesn't give them the strong advantage they were hoping for. Kylar, an awkward fight, but he finds it onto Fame. Sinator with the Ferrari peak. However, Kai is on that trade. 3 versus 2. AVEZ 1 step ahead in the second half. Pistol looking to try and seal the deal as quickly as they possibly can. They want to get to bed. Kai is taking SG.PRO down, and Dire, okay, manages to find one. Maybe a second for him. Okay. This becomes interesting. Now we're the only one left, and he's miles away from the action, so can't find the trade. Dire might just be able to pull off the 1v3.
Dire grabs the bomb. 40 seconds. And Dire is going to creep back to the A site. Narot's here with a kit tucked in at Optimus. He's going to stay here. The bomb plan at B is the only thing that will pull him off A. And Dire is going to creep. Is Narot going to get the drop? Will he get caught peeking? Timing works out beautifully for Narot. Now Dire knows, just off the mark, just barely missing the headshot. As Narot will dance 10 seconds. Dire has to plan or hunt him down. He just realized the time. Here comes the push. Narot continue to dance around this. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Will time? No. I was going to say, will time become an issue? And it's not. Dire wins a much needed pistol from SG.PRO. But with everyone dying on AVEZ and only one player living in SG.PRO, I wonder if AVEZ are very tempted to just full save and get a full buy next. No. It's the scouts.
I mean, they have like 8 rounds, I'd say but they have exactly 8 rounds to work with. So, why not? Is the argument here, I think. And they're awfully close to the end of the game as well. So as soon as they kind of get a foot in the door, you would assume it's going to give them the momentum. And I guess the philosophy is the earlier the better. Marcotte does tag up Dire, but loses his life for it. That scout going to be recovered by Bialy. So still 3 scouts in play. Every tag is a good one. There's no real utility for SG.PRO. This is somewhat deadly. What an angle from Kylar. Oh, and the jump spot coming in as well. They're moving towards A here, Keith, but it is somewhat ill-advised. 4v4, Dire being low. Somewhat split as well. In through short, in through long. Nades coming through to keep them at bay. A lot of damage being traded back onto both sides. Still anybody's game. Bialy survives on 2 HP. Just about able to make it away. Will it be enough? This MP9, oh my goodness. One more tag could be absolutely devastating. Needs a bit more assistance from his scouting brethren.
Yeah, the scout bros are trying to pull this one out. Baiting very hard for the player tucked into the corner at AVEZ. I don't know if RU Fire will clear it. Now that Kai's gotten a kill, he surely will. They line up. The scout's trying, and a headshot found by Narot. 2 HP for Bialy. Can another scout shot be landed? Can he set him up for success? 14 seconds in, still have to plant. The peek in, another headshot. Dire alone. They're swinging Optimus. He's lost his timing. He can't plant. He has to hunt Bialy, who will try to live on 2 HP successfully. That hurts.
That is absolutely disgusting. Oh my goodness. You really got to feel for SG.PRO. It just seems they have run out of gas into the final map. AVEZ on another level on this one. You can definitely see why it is their favorite and most successful map to play. The SG.PRO certainly would have liked to make it a bit more competitive. Some exciting stuff on the first 2 maps. Not to be the case, apparently, on Overpass. We'll see, though. They come in with the Deagles. Managed to find one. A lot of players isolated here. The nade going in. Not able to finish anything off. Sinator, desperate attempts at wallbangs. We've got some quick rotations coming in from AVEZ. But it's all come to a bit of a standstill. Dire, the hero man on the AK, needs to find some kind of an opening for the T's. Desperately so. Oh, he might have his chance. Robbed of it. A nice little jump away coming through. He does find the player on the farmhouse and the quick flick across to Bialy. Suddenly, the round has opened up. 4 versus 2. Yes. Kai could mow them all down. Yes, that's going to be the case. The bomb dropped. Dire low, as is RU Fire. Might be all said and done. He's able to escape for just a little while longer, but it is all onto him. Not going to happen. Dire comes in with the 4K. Hero round from him on the hero AK. SG.PRO will indeed find a 5th.
AVEZ, it looks like they're buying again. Yeah, they feel like they're 1 round away from breaking SG.PRO. They've already still 1 away, so what's 2? I don't know if that's exactly their thought process, but it's how I'm justifying it. With Fame getting the first on Mark toss, though, the scouts are already not doing as much as the previous, and a monster take with 1 player coming to clear up these short players. This round won't be around for long.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Kai aggressive through the smoke. I was waiting because I thought you might eat your words, but not going to be the case. Does indeed look like you were correct. Kylar's got his hands onto an AK. Maybe just going to look to save this. Does need to be careful. There's a player on the higher end, quite close to connector, who could take him down. He's just going for the spam wars. I think he will fall. He's got his knife in hand. Fame, easy one. Pretty easy from that angle anyway, particularly even if he had the rifle in hand. Like, if you're not ready for that, you're dead. So, tiny bit of damage. Not too much coming in. All comes down to the next round, of course. AVEZ is going to be saving, and I think starting to get a little bit of respect. I'd like to see some more saves. If SG.PRO are to keep winning rounds, to keep them on the ropes, at least in the second half. Obviously, like, score-wise, not the case. I'd definitely like to see a few more recos. You do not want to give SG.PRO any chance back into this.
It's been a long time since I've seen this boost get a kill. Most teams avoid water and monster when there's pistols in play, and honestly, rightfully so. There's nothing that you want from water monster control rounds like this. You're better off to take bathrooms, right? Take long control, and just go from there. So the approach from SG.PRO gets a thumbs up for me this time around, Scriv.
Yeah, definitely looking a lot more comprehensive from them on this T side. So, which is somewhat strange. But we did see it's just like not comfortable on the CT side. Quick rotations, getting baited out. The amount of rounds where AVEZ played a guy in connector or aggressive at short, maybe even Monster, and then the rest of the team would just run up long and A was free. You know? It seems like they were making very, very quick and instinctive decisions, which is much like them, but their instincts, I guess, not great on this map, is the difference. Only the one frag coming in so far, which is a little strange. Bomb plant comes through for SG.PRO. AVEZ maybe not wanting to give them too many kills, just looking to get a few cheeky exits. However, easier said than done. Fame is hunting them down. RU fire on that MAC-10, making money. He does have that one stolen away. But ultimately, a very clean round coming in with a bit of cash being made by the MAC-10s. Kai, meanwhile, sat on his own. Over at short. Not right sure what to do.
M4s for AVEZ. Letting the tension build naturally. But SG.PRO have the op on keys, and he has actually been decent. They're going to go for the 4-man boost. He'll be on the top, of course. And who's going to be unsuspected guest? He missed the player, I believe, who threw a nade out of heaven, then backed up, and as soon as the train comes, it's time for Keys to pack up and take a trip himself. He'll flash for his teammates to get out towards Party late and in towards Fountain. And all the while, it's allowed AVEZ to push through Monster because they have a really good read that that's what they're up to.
Smart cookies. Dire gonna find the first onto Kai. And that's gonna stop the push forwards as well. They are just chilling. Looking nice and shaking on that CT side of things. Now, though, will go for a later push forwards. Dire is ready. We'll take him down. Dire playing beautifully on the back end of things. Very well read by SG.PRO. However, can they best the A-bomb site? That's the question. Marcos not blinded up. Does get caught in transition, however. They take him down. Kylar coming in from behind, looking to be the hero. Manages to find one. 3 versus 2. And he knows that Dire is late, but he looks away at the wrong time, and Dire will take his head off his shoulders. Bialy, 1 versus 3, not looking too good at all. Slow but sure through the smoke. Working his way in. Gets taken down by Keyser and SG.PRO. They are mounting a bit of a comeback here into the second half.
Yeah, a little concerned as to why Bialy didn't just save there. If he saves, he can drop, he can buy. Could have maybe got a bit of a buyout here with an op on Kai. And even if they're not buying, it's always nice to have that M4 for another round. Again, cannot explain why he didn't just save. AVEZ halted at 13. SG.PRO running it back. And just look at that T-Bank scriv. It is getting scrumptious. It is growing exponentially. AVEZ yet to really put any dampering or damage into it. And I'm not hopeful they will here either.
Ooh, nice little flash. Does force Keyser backwards, but they're not able to find him, so not going to press the issue on the CT side of things, I guess. I like the idea, though. A little bit of coordinated aggression never goes awry. Oh, Narot. Great angle here. He's kind of sleeping, though. Doesn't react quite fast enough as you would expect. Shadow spotted for Kai, but he also can't find it. Dire just creeping out. The entry god right now. One more player on the site itself, one over at Heaven, so still a little more to deal with for SG.PRO. However, the bomb plant should come through. Marcos can't find the spam from the side. Bialy's found the head of Sinator. That's the only frag so far, though. 4 on 2, as they will push forwards. I mean, it's a half by. Why not? Big damage coming through onto Dire and RU Fire there, but nothing substantial. Only the 1 kill coming through for AVEZ. So, makes sense. This is where it starts to get a little scary, though. SG.PRO definitely mounting the comeback, as you said. The money looking great. AVEZ need a round on the board soon.
Yeah, this is it for AVEZ, right? You lose this, it's within 2 rounds. So you do not want to allow that to happen. This is not a must win, but it's certainly one you desperately want. And it seems like AVEZ are going to be smoked off, utilitied off. The molly, the smoke, they're running into each other. It's not on the same page. But we've seen AVEZ trust his 2-player B setup before. With that Heaven player being the pivot man, right? He has the flash. He'll flash to the monster player to peek. There it is. As soon as he sees nothing, he may just cheat, and that is the case.
Oh. Didn't work. Try again, try again. No one saw, try again. Alright, cool. Here we go. I'll join you, mate. All good. Yeah, weird little boost exchange there, but there's no one over it long. AVEZ playing it super safe. 30 seconds left to get this bomb down. SG.PRO going to have to move in fast, and they are. Kylar falls. So does Marcos. So does Bialy as they just rip them apart on the A-bomb site. Now Rot and Kai, the only 2 left. And they'll look to save. SG.PRO hit double digits. The comeback train left the station, building up some speed. And it is about to come barreling through the walls of AVEZ's house.
Yeah, if they don't recover next rifle round, this game might just be over. AVEZ, I'd give them 2 to 3 more rifle rounds to fully get back. But like, you need them to win one soon, because SG.PRO have cash for like 3-4 rounds, 3 being generous, or 4 being generous, 3 being more likely, and you're just saving 2 M4s here. You're not buying next anyhow, and they wouldn't be doing themselves any favors if they bought here. Concede 11, get the op back out, and try to formulate a plan from there.
Certainly the easy way out. Gonna go for it, man. Well, I mean, halfway, right? Not too deep. They believe in this round, however. So, concede, maybe not the right descriptor, Keith. They are definitely confident in themselves coming into things here. Rush. Tempt, but not really following up on it from SG.PRO. Okay, there you go. First frag coming in. Now Rock going to fall. As he will end up taking a bit of a beating. Fame. Pretty damn low off of those early exchanges. So, some wild kind of moments coming in this round so far. Most of them, apart from that one, and apart from this one, go in the way of SG.PRO. So suddenly it's back to being even. The nade coming in, though, surely finishes them off. No, doesn't quite meet the mark. Neither does the molly. Kai still alive on 8 HP. It's this real thorn in the side. The bomb sure going down, but they have constant pressure all around them. This could be the round. Bialy has found himself an AK and mollied off and kept at bay, but it is certainly doable for AVEZ.
Doable indeed, but they got to get a move on. Kit on Kai, which means he needs his teammates to go first so he can get this kit somewhat close to the site. Keys makes it look simple with the first op pick, and I think Kai is already running away, so he's abandoned ship. He gave up on his teammates. That's going to be 11 for SG.PRO. Scriv, I told you the T-side would play into their favor, and it's also AVEZ not taking control of their map. Just getting a little too brazy. This is a buy. It'll be full M4 armor, full utility kits for most, op for Marcos. And I am actually going to lose my mind, Scriv. Do you see what I see?
Kai could have dropped
Why
him?
did Kyler and Marcos, neither one of them ask for a drop from Kai? Why? Marcos could have had an op. Kai saved an M4 and utility. They are tilted. That is a rookie mistake. And I mean rookie mistake, Scrib. Kyler jumps up, gets some elevation, double spray in. Can he get a triple? No. Cinesaur will stop it, but it's not going to make me feel any less upset of the rookie mistake that I'm witnessing from AVEZ in their economy game, Scriv.
Yeah, I mean, I can argue, okay, so it's like Kylar, maybe he doesn't ask because he's going to rush in. He's not looking to use any utility, he just wants an M4. But Marcos, definitely, right? Like, you want your AWP to feel comfortable. You want him to, at the very least, have the head armor so that he's not vulnerable to wall bangs and whatnot. Does seem very strange indeed, but they're finding the frags. Bialy, 1v2 in it long, drops the bomb, and this, of course, is what we always talk about. Marcos finding that final frag, but it takes you so long to get the rounds on the board. You've got such a steep uphill battle. You make one mistake and it all falls apart. They do have money to buy back into this one, but a clean victory from AVEZ. No harm, no foul on the weird saving choices made, or whatever it was. They finally managed to put a stop to the tear. Maybe a few more comes off the back of this. Maybe it's just a blip and SG.PRO still steal it away. Time will tell.
Marcos with the first. That makes all the difference. AVEZ settling into their aggressive ways, but leaving B site with one player is such a risk. Narat, if he gets picked here by Keys, the floodgates are open, and they're just going to force this, I think. I mean, the issue is no one's back to get the bomb, so any return utility is going to slow them down, and the A player gets picked. There was a window for SG.PRO, Scriv, and they let it close.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, couldn't have put it better myself. They had the opportunity, not necessarily throwing it away, but it's just a very, very slim chance, and they needed everything to work out for them, and it just didn't. It just didn't in the end. It's tough. Bialy coming in, not able to find the target he was actually after, and Keys will trade him with a pretty nice wallbang there. The 3-on-2, the 3-on-1. The array left on 29 HP, not looking too good. 35 seconds on the clock. I don't even think he gets the bomb plant here, to be honest. They do have cash to buy up and everything, but the rounds have started to slip away from them. Hello. That's weird. I figured Kylar would have just seen him, like, but I guess the timing, he crept in and hid barrels just as he came around the corner. All the same. He's from the previous round, of course. But all the same, AVEZ now stringing them together, hitting map and series point. 4 to play with, feeling comfortable, double up setup. Should be able to close it out.
Well, there's that T-money I talked about coming into effect. I said good for four buys, generously 3, and I think this is the second, if not third. And still some left over. The fullest of full buys. They win this. AVEZ will be on a bit of a struggle affording these double ops. And again, 2B, 3 aggressive A. That's kind of been the AVEZ way as of late. And it's been working, so they're not going to change a single thing, Scriv. Letting these ops work.
Yeah, they're not taking any real risks. I've had a massive chunk of damage out of Kylar, so that could certainly play a part. Oh. Oh. Now, here's a weird one. He's dropped out. He's straight back in. But Kylar's taken damage. So I don't think we can get a stop.
Unless they're going to be very kind.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you're 4 rounds in the lead. It is pretty close. I mean, we'll get it.
They're very kind.
We'll get it.
That's very nice of them. And
I mean, that is very cool. I personally am in the mindset of, you know, stick to the rules.
Yes.
Because it's risky, like, the whole way up. You know what I mean? Like, letting players make decisions.
Of course. But it is very kind of them because it is match and series.
Also true.
But I agree. I agree. Gonna run it back. The odds have shifted a bit more in SG.PRO's favor. I mean, quite not obviously in their favor, but in comparison to the 11, it was. Yeah, it's leveled out a little bit. But again, to reiterate, double op for AVEZ, everything they need to win this round. So, you know, iffy. SG.PRO are gonna need the first.
Gonna find it with the boost on the slide. And then casually moving down. In connector. Oh my god, there's so many players here. This could be a bloodbath. Ooh. Beautiful door opener. Might even get a second. He does. Marcos perhaps sealing the deal. Big 2K coming in. The round replay not really helped him, to be honest, lads. Hey, bomb site's open, though. A lot of connector control. They've got to work with that. They need to turn these 2 kills into a round because they've got other ideas. Now we're not going to miss the close frag. Fame will take him down. 4 versus 3 coming in. Fame gets another. My goodness, really should not have gotten away with that one. And suddenly it's become a little more interesting. Late rotation coming through from Marcos. The bomb goes down. Kylar in behind, able to get 1 second. Not easy for him, though, are you? Fire with a 180 headshot. However, both low. Both low here, Keith. Surely they're able to find it on the AVEZ side of things, unless the hero steps up.
Could be a hero. Gonna get spotted. Flick over from Kai. 2 HP. Fame gonna need a snappy headshot onto Marcos. And it's not gonna happen. AVEZ will do it. They will eliminate SG.PRO, and AVEZ will trickle their way into playoffs. The only ones to make it out of the loser side of things. And it was close. It was hard fought. SG.PRO made them struggle on both maps.